On this week's episode of Some Kind of Radio Show, NBC's Brian Williams lashes back at one very harsh critic that basically called him a liar to his face. Here's what Mr. Williams had to say.
You want to hurt me? God, you're a tight ass.
Also on tonight's show, do you ever have problems when you go to a fast food restaurant and how they can never seem to get your order right? Well, tonight John Sinsel takes us on the road and shows us exactly how to properly order at Taco Bell. Here is a brief snippet of this clip.
I don't know how to get in. You can start by wiping that fucking dumbass smile off your rosy fucking cheeks. Then you can give me a fucking automobile, a fucking Datsun, a fucking Toyota, a fucking Mustang, a fucking Buick, 4 fucking wheels and a seat.
Well, I guess that's how it's done. Absolutely none of these stories will be talked about tonight on Some Kind of Radio Show.
Some Kind of Radio Show Studios proudly presents the all-new Some Kind of Radio Show with our host, Earl McCune, and the crazy crew, broadcasting live on YouTube via Google Hangouts on air. Call in live now at 330-776-5630 or get a hold of us on Google Hangouts. Now, here's our host, Earl McCune, and the crazy crew.
Doesn't this song just make you want to go on a road trip? All right, everybody, how you doing?
Bleh.
Bleh. Welcome to another.
I feel like the road trip with Steve Martin and John Candy. I just want to shoot myself. Pow!
All right, everybody, welcome to episode number 43 of Some Kind of Radio Show here live on YouTube. Our 43rd show, our next to last on YouTube. We have one more show on YouTube before we make the big move to KRMA Internet Radio.
Oh, woohoo!
So you got this week. Next week's our last one here on YouTube, guys. So we're gonna have some fun here next 3 hours.
And doesn't next week we to go back to the future?
Next week we go back to the future and look forward to the future as well with this show.
Past, future, and present.
Yeah. Got the crazy crew on tonight. Got Josh Randall, John Sinsel, both on the air.
Hi. As always, me, Debbie McCune, and my lovely husband, Earl McCune, as well.
Yeah. Okay, I've heard enough of that. Enough of that. I can only take so much of that song.
That was enough of that.
That was enough of that. I agree. Well, like I said, welcome to episode number 43, Some Kind of Radio Show. We're shooting planes, trains, and automobiles, starring...
I dare you to say that 5 times fast.
Hey, can I talk? Really?
No.
Really?
No.
Shut the I didn't say it. Shut the heck up.
Don't kid.
I dare you to try to say planes, trains, and automobiles 5 times fast.
No.
Do it.
I dare you to spell hottest.
H-T-T-E-S-T?
No, it's no E in it, Deb.
Yes, it is. H-O-T-T-E-S-T.
Yeah, you got it right now. Oh, my goodness gracious. As I said, don't make me, don't cold conk me with the can opener. That would hurt.
You ought to ask Mike. He already knows about that.
Ouch.
Oh, my God. All right, everybody. Well, like I said, we're here. We're going to salute planes, trains, and automobiles tonight. And as always, I'm Earl McCune, your host here. And, well, we got some exciting news. We'll take a couple minutes. I want to kind of talk about what's going on
And here's what's going on. We are getting ready. Now we are getting ready, as I said, to make the move over to KRMA Internet Radio. You can check out the website at www.krmaradio.com, and our page is up. Most of it. They still have to put the bios on for Deb and the Crazy Crew yet, but the website is functioning and up. But you know they're still updating all the show pages and all that. But it is public. What, you're gonna say something?
And for those of you that want to know that on the page, you can find the host, Earl McCune, the co-host, that would be me, Debbie McCune,
Who died making co-host?
Josh Randall, Crazy Crew, and also Mr. John Sinsel, Crazy Crew.
Oh boy!
Hey!
Yeah. And, you know, like I said, I want to talk to you. I just want to tell you guys about, you know, I want to share kind of our experience here, what we had. You know, we got to go over to the station, you know, for the first time last weekend, and it was.
Earl got trashed.
I got trashed at the station. How's that? I'm drinking with the owners. Great time. You know, you can't go wrong when you're drinking with the owners of the radio station. But no, really, seriously, I posted some pictures of the studio, and if anyone's ever watched our behind the scenes how we do the show now, big difference, guys. Huge difference from what we are now. I mean, from sitting here in our little desktop computers and our little headset microphones to going into a full-fledged studio with high-quality microphones and a control board, and oh my, it was very, very cool.
Moving on up to the top.
Let me tell you something. Where was my out? Why you guys didn't send me a drink?
You don't drink, Josh.
I used to.
Why are you showing me your Wubba for? Alex is sharing his Wubba with everybody. He's like, look at my Wubba. Look at my Wubba.
He's also getting a Sonic Amiibo if he's good.
Go feed your Wubba. But anyway, I wanted to just, like I said, we went over there and checked it all out. Great picture. You know, I didn't get very many pictures because we were just having a good old time over there and doing some. We were gonna shoot. There was a video shot. I guess it's gonna be done. They're gonna release it here in a couple weeks. I don't know what's going on. There's one of the show hosts used to be a producer, and she used to work on. Get this, guys. She used to work on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson years ago.
Who is it?
One of the show hosts.
Is that Moonchild?
No.
I've lost track. I was looking at some of the names. I wasn't for sure which it was, but
Her name is Kimberly D. Massimio, or yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So and she's done local television producing, and they're gonna put together a video, like a documentary, for the station. And John just dropped off the line.
Hope he's okay.
Yeah, he should be. He's bowling right now, so yeah, he's trying to wrap up his bowling game.
Free balling now, we're free balling.
He shouldn't be bowling. Be on here. This show's more awesome than bowling.
And you know, so I guess she's gonna produce a video. Then we had some fun. We took a bunch of crazy pictures with all the staff, and it was just a good time. We get to test out the microphone, sit in the chair, look at how there's a control board. Got the kind of a little bit of the gist how that worked.
Well, Debbie was having too much fun over there, you know.
Got a little bit of gist of how the software works. It's a lot different than what we're doing now. So then I was looking at there's a couple things I gotta buy before we start. I gotta buy some high quality headsets for the. We found dirt cheap too, by the way. I might add. Got to buy some headsets that plug into the units, because they're going to be. How they say they're going to put a jack at every chair, and then you plug in, and then you'll be able to hear what's going on the station and on the show. But you got to supply your own headset, because what they're trying to look. One thing we were told that, especially in radio, we don't experience this much here, because we do this at home and it's our own stuff here, just like we are now. That when they share the headphones, I guess there's a lot of people and there's ear infections that occur, and then the ear infection transmits.
It's possible that happens.
It's a hygiene thing, so they want everyone to supply their own headsets. I'm like, oh, okay, the ones that were showing us for yeah, and it does make sense. The ones that were showing us for what, $70? What'd you find the ones for?
$19.99.
Wow.
You're a bit shopper, Deb.
She is.
And I found them looking for replacement USB ports for the Kindles.
So yeah, I mean, so that's pretty cool. That they're gonna. So we're looking at these headsets because the microphones there. Oh my goodness, these things are outstanding. They're Hangout audio devices. That's who made the mics for the station.
You guys are gonna get some of the coolest stuff.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be really cool. And I can't wait. It's gonna be great. And we're gonna have real phone lines. There's gonna be an 800 number to call, and that's gonna be really cool. So it's good. It's good.
How does that work compared to what we have now?
Don't know. Be quite honest.
We know one thing. We're not going to give anybody the cooties.
Well, one thing we'll be able to do with the real phone lines is we'll be able to talk to the people off the air. If you got somebody on hold, if you got say you got a guest calling in, for example, you'll be able to talk to them off the air as opposed to now, and with our Skype call, it just goes. I mean, no matter what, it goes out across the air. There's no way to do an on-air, off-the-air call with Skype.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so it's gonna be it's gonna be high tech, as far as.
And speaking of which, if you'd like to call us, you can reach us at 330-776-5630, and you can also reach us on Yahoo at SKO Radio Show.
That's gonna
I have it on.
That's gonna be awesome because I got family members that are out of state that want to call in the show, and they want to wait till we get on the actual radio station itself, and so that's gonna be neat.
Yeah, and then the way you'll be able to listen to us, I'll share that. It'll be real simple. You go to the website, and it's karmaradio.com, and there's they haven't launched yet, but when they do, it's gonna have there's a boom box on there, and you click that boom box, and it opens up a link to the server with the station is going to go on, which is called live365.com. And that live365.com is basically a giant host for hundreds, if not thousands, of internet radio stations. And that way it enables me to listen on cell phones, computers, any type of device that you can get, tablet,
so
whatever.
It would work then.
Yeah, so I mean, you'll be able to, if you got your wireless signal and you're out in your car and you want to listen to us in your car, you can do that now too. So that's going to be a lot of really cool stuff. And so you'll be able to listen to us anywhere. Unlike now, we're on YouTube, and the only way you can listen to us live is you have to do it on a computer. With these live feeds on Google Hangout, it doesn't allow you to do it on your phone or your tablet, or you have to be on a computer.
And do it on the tablets because
well, tablet, yeah. I was like the computer. Let's see, you can't do it on PS4, for example. PS4 won't play the live show.
The Wii U will. The Wii U will. You can on the Wii U.
The Wii U can. Okay.
Yeah, right on the YouTube and play it.
The regular Wii won't.
And the new 3DS will. Because originally you couldn't do it with the old 3DS to watch videos. Now you can. So that's kind of a.
Oh, for the live feed.
Yeah, it should work. I'll test it out in a little bit and see if it'll work.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious because I know I can't get it on my cell phone live. I'm saying how we're live right now. I can't play it on my cell phone.
Yeah. Oh my God! Welcome to the 21st century.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And then no kidding. Deb's pointing 10 things at me here. Yeah, I should get one. No, that's pretty cool.
All 10 of her fingers, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So I mean, we're taking a huge upgrade Huge upgrade. So also, a couple things coming up when we do move. I want to talk about those. I do have some interviews lined up, in-studio interviews. I'm just trying to share what's going on. What are you doing? Matter of fact, I'm meeting with one of them tomorrow. Gentleman by the name... What? Where you stop? Jesus, please. Gentleman by the name of Bob Fritz, who is he's a scout for the Cincinnati Reds. I'm going to meet with him tomorrow to discuss when he comes on the show, and that'll all be when we go over to Karma. Also, it's just 2 dates ago, I talked to Randy Santel. For those of you who don't know who Randy Santel is, check him out on YouTube. He is a pretty much world traveler, food challenge extraordinaire. He's got 160 some wins. He's gone out and gone all over the world and beaten food challenges, and he's going to come on the show.
Oh, by the way, Earl.
Yeah.
It works on the new 3DS live.
It does. It does work live. Cool.
Listen to this. It's a little bit backwards, because it's playing what we did a little bit ago.
Yeah, there's a delay. There's like a 90-second delay.
But it is working.
Yeah.
On the new 3DS only. It doesn't work on the old one. You have to have the new one.
The new one? Okay.
That is just cool.
Hey, you can listen to us on your new 3DS. So everyone, right now, just you got that.
New 3DS, check it out.
Did you fart?
Ew!
Deb just opened the window because I dropped one. I couldn't help it. I had to go. I had to drop a deuce.
What'd you eat this time, Earl?
Well, Deb made these barbecue pork sandwiches and Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels. Barbecue sauce.
Is that any good?
Oh my God, it was good. It was awesome. So yeah, we had that for dinner tonight. But like I said,
bring me some then. All
right, and the question of the day today is, what is the worst road trip you have ever had?
I can tell you mine. Who? Hey, let's. What? I didn't do anything. Holly, what'd you do? Oh my God.
Don't take Holly on the road with you.
Oh, Holly dropped it. She dropped something here fierce because it was. Oh my God, Holly, what did you eat? Deb's eyes are tearing up from the fart. Holy.
Pray for Debbie.
Everyone, we need an oxygen mask here in the studio right now. Holy crap. Good one, Holly. I'm proud of you. That's like award-winning farting. I couldn't have done better myself. It's pretty cold out. She's got the window open right now.
Pray for Debbie. Pray for her.
Oh, pray for me because I got to breathe it too.
Well, Debbie needs it more, I guess. No, I'm just joking.
I guess she's actually got her headset off, got her head out the window.
It must be that bad if Debbie's got to take her.
It's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
What are you guys looking at? I'm sorry, I was bowling.
We're talking about the dog farted.
It's what? Do not feed
Which
that
one?
Holly.
Oh, Lord.
You know Holly's farts, man. Those things are awful.
No worse than Malone's.
Well, true. Actually, I think they're pretty much equivalent. So, anyway, the question of the day.
I'm back.
Okay.
Pray for Debbie.
Like I said, question of the day. What is your worst road trip you've ever had? You can share those with us. Perfect. We'll share ours. You want to tell us about the worst trip you ever rode? Yeah. I can't. See, the problem is I'm not drinking tonight.
The worst road trip I ever had was when I moved to New Hampshire, New Year's Day of 2010. Got stuck in a snowstorm in Pennsylvania with my mom. Well, no, my dad, your mom, my stepmom, my 2 kids, 4 cousins. That was a hell of a mess. Never again.
Why was it so bad? I mean, you got to share that.
You've met my dad. Need I say more?
Yeah.
Plus your mom.
God rest her soul.
Every 2 seconds, may you rest in peace, Ma. Every 2 seconds needing a cigarette. My dad, every 2 seconds, needing a cigarette. Snowstorm getting stranded in Pennsylvania.
You guys are like one big cigarette.
6 screaming kids. My ex-stepmother.
Bad enough.
Wow.
Yeah. Need I say more?
Lori's got her hand raised. The school? What the hell? Yeah.
Need I say more about that trip?
Yeah. Go give it.
Absolutely not. Trust me.
Come on, how much worse is it? Who drove the whole way? I think it was you, wasn't it?
I drove the 26-footer.
She drove a 26-footer, all right.
I drove the U-Haul truck. You know I always get stuck driving the U-Haul truck. It was me and Chris in the U-Haul. Your dad and my dad.
No, it wasn't my dad.
Well, your father-in-law and my mother-in-law in the van with 6 screaming kids.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, not fun, because all I had to listen to, every 2 minutes, my dad calling on the phone. What the heck are you doing? Can't you drive any faster? Whoa, stop trying to pass me. Considering my dad's from New England, lived his entire life in New Hampshire, still to this day cannot drive in snow. Every time I turn around, he was skidding off the road, trying to pass me while I'm driving a 26-foot Penske truck. I'm like, stay behind. I know where I'm going. It's like...
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, speaking of snow...
And then on top of this, we got stuck. The 4 adults, 6 kids got stuck in one hotel room.
Oh, God.
With 2 beds.
John, you were saying, speaking of snow?
So it was me and my mother-in-law in one bed, my dad and my stepmom in the other, and the 6 kids on the floor.
Oh, my God.
That sounds like National Lampoon's there.
Now, John,
Like a big commune.
Speaking of snow, you were saying?
That was me. Speaking of snow, so the last couple of days I've been dealing with a lot of snow here.
It's you and not us. We've been dealing with
Ice.
Well, the snow melting and it freezing back over, and them not salting, and we keep falling on our butts big time.
I fell on my hip.
Oh yeah, we had the about a half an inch of ice this morning. So yeah, tell me about falling.
Oh, God, our back steps here, you know, we're out the laundry room right below us, actually. Oh, what do you need, Barky? You tell us about your worst road trip ever? You're usually really good on the road trip.
Should we go down the well again?
She wanted a breath mint. She needed one for her ass. She didn't take that.
Earl, when those dogs fart, you need to give them a...
Don't stand down and win.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, I can tell you about my road trip, and this was like, it actually wasn't really bad. It was when we went to Florida in 06. Remember that?
His mom, every 20 minutes, I need to stop for a cigarette break. Shut up, old lady.
Well, it wasn't even, it wasn't just that. It was, let's see. No, you know, actually the worst road trip, when we were moving back, no, was it when we had to come back for a visit? When actually my mom's funeral. Remember the car?
We got stuck. Yeah. We smelled. We were coming for his mom's funeral.
That's when we were in Kansas.
We were living in Kansas. We be quiet. We were in Illinois, and all of a sudden I smelled something. I'm like, "What's burning?" And Earl's like, "Nothing. That's outside."
We're talking about it.
And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Earl, something's burning." All of a sudden, our gauge goes from cool to hot. We stop and pull over, and we're completely out of coolant in our car. And so we take and dump all of our water from our coolers and stuff, including bottles of water, into it.
I remember that.
And we take and and get it into it. We go up to a gas station. By the time we get up to the gas station, the car is completely out of coolant again. So we go in, we pull into this gas station. I think it's like 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, roughly.
And so
Middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. I think it was like Gainley or something, Illinois.
Yeah.
And we pull into this gas station. I go in and get 2 things of coolant, put it in there, thinking that maybe we didn't realize it. And then all of a sudden, this guy comes over and he goes, we start to drive away, and we
didn't go anywhere. We had a hole that was pouring out the bottom.
We didn't go anywhere. This guy goes, "You guys realize you're leaking coolant out the bottom of your car?" We're like, "No." And we're like, "What do we do?" We're like, "We're trying to get to Ohio." So he goes, "Well, I know this guy right up the road. He's working on his race car." So we followed him right up there, and luckily, this guy was in his garage at 8 o'clock at night working on his race car. What had happened was we have metal copper tubing for our coolant system, and a penny-sized hole rusted right through the tubing. So he cut that off, put a hose on, clamped it down to get us from Illinois to
Nice jury rig. It was a nice little jury rig.
to get us to Ohio. And so we got to Ohio, had to take it into Fred Martin. And turned around, we got there, and it's like almost $400 and something to fix it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like the worst thing that could have happened to us. But by the end of the trip, it ended up being a really good trip, because we had help along the way. We think we had an angel, so.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that may have been worse than the
Florida
trip.
trip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, then the trip home, when we finally moved back here, as soon as we get back home, remember what happened to the car? The alternator went out about half hour from here. Well,
we got all the way here, moved back, and then we had to go find a place to sleep because we had no electricity. They didn't turn we were supposed to have electric when we got here. Didn't have any. We were driving around trying to find a place to stay. There was no rooms at any of the hotels around, so we drove.
Remember that dump we stayed at for like 8 minutes?
Yeah, we ended up driving down by, what was it, Alliance or Elyria or something like that?
No, Elyria.
Not Elyria.
Malaria.
I didn't say malaria, I said Elyria.
And malaria, I was like, what the heck?
No, it was
How was that?
Alliance or something.
Alliance.
It was down off of 271.
Yeah.
We ended up going down there.
Not 271.
Not 271. We were headed back to 71. And we went to this first hotel, and we get in there, and the bed is covered in pee.
Ew.
I kid you not, fresh pee. The bed was soaked.
Ew.
And so we turn around and we go right across the hall. Luckily, they gave us the same room rate as.
No, we went to a different hotel.
That's what I said. We went across the street to another hotel.
You said the hall.
I meant the street.
Oh, we had to walk a quarter mile. Yeah. With 2 kids at 11:30 at night.
And no, it was directly right across. It was diagonal from where it was.
That was about a quarter of a mile, though.
And luckily, they gave us the same rate as the other hotel room.
Did you get your money back from the other one?
Oh
God,
yeah. Oh yeah.
We took the lady in there. We took the lady in there, and we showed her, like, yeah, you always give out rooms with piss on your beds. She tried to blame it on the dog. I'm like, no. And the dog wasn't even in there yet. She was outside. We didn't even take her in the room yet. And I was like, do you guys have a custom of giving out rooms with piss on them in the beds? There's trash in the trash can, no toilet paper, and it wasn't even cleaned. There was poop in the toilet. I'm like, are you kidding me? Holy crap.
Even poop in the toilet? Dang.
Yeah, it was bad. And so I was like, I want my money back. We can't do it. Like, you're giving me my damn money back. And the other hotel was nice. Went to the other place right across the way. It was really, really nice. Yeah, it was a nice deal. But All right, well, it's 9:30, everybody. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about a little bit more of your worst trip you ever had. We're going to go around the rest of the crazy crew. Also, we're going to kind of touch on some headlines, some planes, trains, and automobile facts, all that in the next half hour. We'll be right back. You're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show here live on YouTube. Stay tuned.
For 15 cents, a nickel and a dime at Burger Chef. You eat better every time, 'cause a nickel and a dime will get French fried potatoes, crisp and fresh, or the greatest 15 cents hamburger yet. Yes, it will at Burger Chef. A nickel and a dime will get French fried potatoes, crisp and fresh, or the greatest 15 cents hamburger yet. Eat at Burger Chef for a nickel and a dime. I'm from Milwaukee and I ought to know. It's fast food.
Sugar Matildas, I almost sank a cargo of flats. Ahoy! Careful, mates. It's the draft brewed beer. Some brewers make one beer for the tap and a different beer for bottles and cans. But not Blatz. Blatz brews just one beer, and it's all draft brewed. Some goes into Blatz bottles, some into Blatz cans, and some into Blatz kegs for draft. That's why Blatz gives you real draft beer pleasure from bottle, can, or keg.
I'm from Milwaukee and I ought to know. It's draft brewed fast beer wherever you go.
Smoother, fresher.
That's Billy, that's clear.
I'm going along with a good thing. Blatz is Milwaukee's finest beer. Blatz, Milwaukee's favorite beer, now at local prices.
Everybody, my name is Earl McCune, and I'm the host of the all-new Some Kind of Radio Show that airs live on YouTube Friday nights from 10 p.m. till midnight. You can find us by searching SKO Radio Show. I'm here to tell you about a great science fiction news and information site I found. It's called warpedspacesci-fi.com. You ask what it is, what I just say. It's a news and information website. They have it all. You can get all your Star Wars news, Star Trek news, everything else in between. They got it all. Check it out today. warpedspacesci-fi.com. Don't just take my word for it. Take the word of the many hundreds who have checked it out now. They love it just as I do. I get all my news there. Again, warpedspacesci-fi.com. What is it? warpedspacesci-fi.com.
Local businesses, up your sales. Be the first to advertise on KRMA Radio at a low introductory price. Email office@krmaradio.com or send by snail mail to KRMA, Post Office Box 108, Kent, Ohio 44240. Our sales staff will call you.
You are currently listening to the all-new Some Kind of Radio Show with our host, Earl McCune, and the Crazy Crew. You can follow us anytime, anywhere, from Twitter at SKO Radio Show, Facebook.com/SKO Radio Show, and Google Hangouts at SKO Radio Show, and of course, right here on YouTube. Now, back to our host, Earl McCune, and the Crazy Crew.
You don't I? I'm usually very good with names, but I'll be damned if I haven't forgotten yours. You stole my cab. I've never stolen anything in my life. I hailed a cab on Park Avenue this afternoon, and before I could get in it, you stole it. You're the guy who tried to get my cab. I knew you. Yeah. You scared the bejesus out of me. Come to think of it, it was awful easy to get a cab during rush hour. Forget it. I can't forget it. I am sorry. I had no idea that was your cab. Let me make it up to you somehow, huh, please? How about a nice hot dog and a beer? No thanks. Just a hot dog, then. I'm kind of picky about what I eat. Some coffee? No. Milk? No. Soda? No. Some tea? No. Lifesavers? No. Slurpee? Sir, please. Just let me know. I'm here. I knew you.
Okay, we are back. We're doing our salute tonight to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, starring the late, great John Candy and, of course, Steve Martin, who, the movie was such a classic. You know, it really was. I mean, just, it's one of those two guys just don't know each other from Adam. They run into each other, go through hell together, and they become best of friends. That is like the road trip from hell, you know, and I mean everything. Yeah, that was like the case of Murphy's Law in full effect, because everything that could have gone wrong on that trip did. But you know, it's very entertaining to watch, though. Oh boy!
And it's happened to each of us at least once.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever had my car catch on fire. You know.
Well, you haven't had Malone in your car very often either.
Therefore. Yeah, you don't need to put it there.
What, Malone knows how to drive? Who knew?
Not really.
Barely.
Pray.
Anyway, yeah. Okay, like I said, we're kind of going around the room. We're talking about our worst road trips ever. You know, Deb and I kind of hit on ours, and now it's time to talk about the Crazy Cruise. Hey, John, I know you've done a few road trips in your day. Want to share your worst road trip ever?
Oh, goodness. I got a few of them, that's for sure.
I've been with you.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, the first trip we made up there, me and that other buddy of ours, we went up. The first time we went up, we brought a couple other friends up there.
The mole.
Only one, yes.
The moley one.
Anyways, so we go up there, right? And of course, what people don't understand is you guys live just on the edge of the lake effect snow for Lake Erie.
Right.
So, of course, what happens? We go to the bowling alley and bowl, right? We get out of the bowling alley, there's 6 inches of snow on the ground.
I remember that night.
No, you weren't there. You didn't get to meet these guys yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about the night that we were still in LA.
No.
That was another one I'm going to tell here in a second.
Okay, this is our first trip up, because this is when I met John and I was up there with Tyson. Remember, I was with Tyson.
Yes.
We were sitting there at the bar, and we made good friends really quick.
Where was I?
You weren't there. It was me and Tyson went to Boulder Regional.
Right. Yeah. You weren't. I think you showed up later, Deb.
No, Deb never came. She was home. Actually, you were home because you were still. I think you were still working third shift at Wally World.
Might have been. Or was I pregnant with Lori?
Yeah.
No.
No. You were working third at Wally World.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, that was a trip because, of course, I had this Pontiac Grand Prix. Let me tell you something. Those cars are the worst cars in the snow. You remember how much that thing slid everywhere?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Oh,
yeah, trust me. How many times did I almost end up over the bridge?
Yeah, right. But yeah, I remember that because you came up and we, oh my God, how smart were we? We got blitzed to the bar, and that's when we introduced.
You guys get blitzed.
Yeah, this is where we introduced this is where we introduced you to our one of our favorite pubs in the area, where a good friend of ours hangs out.
You're talking about that old guy, huh?
Yeah, I'm talking about that old guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
But yeah, that was a good. That was a fun trip. I mean, that was a good time.
Yeah.
We talk about. We had a lot of laughs because I think we all took turns buying rounds, and I think I know my tab was at least $75.
Mine was well over that.
Yeah, and then I know Tyson's was up around 200.
Yeah, I was about that. Yeah. And of course, there was the trip here this past January. Remember we got the 13 inches of snow up in Cuyahoga Falls there?
Yeah, I remember that. Hang on one second. You guys go ahead and talk for just a second. I got to hop off line for 1 second. You guys continue.
Okay. Anyway, I'll go ahead and complete the story. So, anyways, going to go bowl this regional up in Cuyahoga Falls there, right, not far from where the hosts live. And, yeah, let's just say it usually from Morgantown to up the Cuyahoga Falls is about 2.5 to 2 hours 45 minutes. Well, got 6 hours to get up there. Okay, taking my time, blah blah blah. Finally got up there. And I'm like, okay, now we're in a bowling alley. Everything should be fine, right? Starting to clear the roads. Everything's getting better. Oh yeah. When we got out of the bowling alley, there's another foot of snow on the ground. Everything's shut down. I mean, everything. So I was lucky to be able to get back on the highway and get to where I needed to be. But yeah, the trip ride home was another 5 hours to get back. Fun, let me tell you. But anyways, and then of course there's also the trip. Let's see. Of course, these trips all have to deal with bowling too, which is kind of funny. There's also the trip of the time I ended up getting stuck in San Francisco's airport because I missed my flight coming out of Reno.
You loved being in San Francisco, didn't you?
No, actually, I was by myself in San Francisco, fortunately. Actually, fortunately. Anyway. But yeah, anyways, I was coming out of Reno, I made it to San Francisco, and I had a flight to catch to Dulles, head back to Morgantown here. Well, they moved the flight up from San Francisco to travel cross country, so I had to stay in the San Francisco airport all night. It was me and a laptop and a bunch of chirping birds.
Jeez.
Yeah. And Mike's texting me going, "Where are you?" "West Coast." "Where?" "San Francisco." "What are you doing there?" I can't help it. There's no planes."
Jeez.
But that's not the best story. I have a friend of mine actually has the best story of all time.
Okay.
I'll tell it and I'll pass it on to Josh here.
All right.
He's going on a business trip, okay? Now, two guys are going on a business trip. One guy, now I'm going to picture the two guys here so you can imagine this. One guy's about 6'4", skinny as a rail. The other guy is like my height, like 5'8", 5'9", portly guy. They're traveling to Beijing to a business trip. Well, so they get over to China, right? They go through and get to their baggage, right? No baggage.
Mm-hmm.
So so now you can imagine you're in China. Now, mind you, like I said, one guy's 6'4" and tall and skinny. The other one's 5'8" and portly, and a little bit big. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't ever try to find clothing in China for two people that size.
No doubt. No doubt.
These guys going to a major conference in t-shirts and blue jeans.
Goodness gracious. But, okay, Josh, give us yours, buddy.
Well, probably the worst one I ever did was the time that I was on a bus for 2 days. And what happened was, it was in a 4-day period, I lost my house, lost my job, and lost everything. So I was on a bus for 2 days with only the clothes on my back and moved here to North Carolina. Well, I'm going to tell you what, that was the longest 2 days I have ever been on anything. And I had like $50 in my pocket. And so you had old people that were farting on the bus. At one point, our bus broke down, and we had to change buses. And what happened was, the porta potty caved out while I was on the bus. When the bus was going, the whole what is that holds the human waste? It dropped into the freeway. And you talk about a nightmare. I mean, I didn't sleep those 2 days either. So that was the worst road trip of my life. I know that was pretty dull, but that was the worst one.
No, that's a good one. 'Cause like I said, that can be a real crappy experience.
Yes, it was, and people were rude on there. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't sleep for 2 days. I couldn't because it was so noisy. You had people on there who couldn't even speak English half the time, and people farting. And one of the days I was there, this baby was on there, had pooped their diaper, and the bus smelled like a dirty diaper.
Oh my God! You should these people with autism alone.
It would just never end. It was just like, ugh. I mean, it was just rank. I don't know if you've ever experienced something very rank, but that was rank. You know what I mean?
Certainly have in my job over the years. Yeah, raw sewage. Yeah, been there.
Well, I'll go ahead and tell you my other one. I had one that was just similar. At 1 year I had to drive to Mississippi from Oklahoma, and what happened was my grandfather only had one leg, so he couldn't drive. So I ended up having to drive the whole time. We had no air conditioning in the car, so it was like it was unbearable. You know what I mean? So,
oh my God.
Well, I guess we're gonna go ahead and we'll go ahead and do our what do you call it? Headlines for today. So, let's get this going. All right, guys. These are our headlines. Yeah! Who's ready for it?
Let's go.
All right, our first one is very, you may want to use barf bags for this, okay? This happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A man dies in his sleep from breathing in his own farts.
That was just something you're saying from before, Josh.
Well, it just gets worse and funnier as it goes along. But you gotta feel bad for the guy too. But let me read this real quick. A terrible diet and a room with no ventilation are being blamed for the death of a man who was killed by his own gas. There was no mark on his body, but an autopsy showed large amounts of methane gas in his system. His diet consisted of primarily of beans and cabbage and a couple other things. It was just the right combination of foods. It appears that the man died in his sleep from breathing the poisonous cloud that was hanging over his bed. If he'd been outside or had windows open, it wouldn't have been fatal. But the man was shut up in his near airtight bedroom. According to the article, he was a big man with a huge capacity for breathing this deadly gas. 3 of the rescuers got sick and 1 was hospitalized. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but this guy had no common sense whatsoever. You know what I mean?
Sounds like a lot of people we know, Josh.
Oh, I know that, but it's like, dang, eat beans and cabbage before you go to bed. Period.
Yeah, no kidding.
Problem. You know what I mean? Like,
hey. Now imagine if you're sitting on an airplane and you got this guy next to you.
Oh, let's not even get started on that one, John. Kind of reminds me of what happened, like I said a little bit ago, on the bus. You know, somebody had a bad night.
Really bad night, and I said, you know, and I'm sitting there thinking, you know, what if this is what the Department of Energy calls an alternate methane fuel?
Oh God. Well, That's all right. Now this next one, John, you really and everybody out there is gonna love this one, and this one's gonna really shock everybody. Let's see. Hold on a minute. Let me get this real quick here. All right, here we go. $9,000 worth of panties stolen from Wyoming J.C. Penney. Police say a man and a woman have stolen more than $9,000 worth of women's panties from a department store in a department store in Wyoming's capital. Officer Dan Long, a Cheyenne police spokesman, says the shoplifters made off with just over 1,000 pairs of panties from the J.C. Penney store in a local mall Wednesday afternoon. They must have been some desperate panties. Well, video surveillance shows the two leaving the store with a large plastic bag. Long says store employees, says employees did not notice the theft until several minutes after it happened, and the pair got away before police arrived. Police estimately roughed 8 pairs of men's panties, Emerald brand, and 200 pairs of men's underwear were taken. I mean, what do you need with all that? What do you need with all those panties and men's underwear? I don't understand it.
Give
you lose a few pairs of panties. Are you missing a few pairs of panties, John? Or underwear?
I hope not.
Oh, by the way, I want to apologize. I did not mean to say the guy's name. I'm sorry about that. I forgot. So, but anyways, we're going to go with the next one because our time is short today. We have drinking alcohol makes you sexier. Now, this one is for you, Earl, since you like drinking beer, and it might even for you, John, because you like drinking too. As many singles have found out, beer goggles can be a terrible thing. You can go from thinking someone is the ugliest thing in the world to thinking they're the hottest thing coming down the street. After a couple of drinks, far too many times I thought I was going home with someone who looked like Ryan Gosling, only to end up waking up next to someone who was on par with a troll in that looks territory. Trust me, alcohol does definitely play some dirty, rotten tricks on you. Not only do we find people to be better looking as we drink, but according to a new study, when we drink, we become better looking too. So what do you think about that, John?
Oh, goodness. That sounds like about a few of my nights around in Morgantown here.
Woo! Well, I'll tell you what, I haven't drank in a long time, so I really wouldn't know. I mean,
here in a local establishment trying to get through here, so it's a little full tonight on Friday night.
This next story might clear that one up a little bit. Mount Everest is covered in human poop, and that's a problem, officials say. In Kathmandu, Nepal, human waste was left by climbers on Mount Everest has become a problem that is causing pollution and threatening to spread disease on the world's highest peak. The chief of Nepal's Managing Association said Tuesday, climbers usually dig holes in the snow for their toilet use and leave the human waste there, this gentleman said, adding that the wastes have been piling up for over 60 years. Now, come on. It's been going on for 60 years. Why are they complaining now? On.
Oh, God, Lord. That's for a long time, man.
Yes, and imagine the stench of it, too.
That's a really sticky one.
This next story might be, I don't know, we're not going to give no names of this person, but this one might make some people cringe. This was happened in Florida. A no name, with no name, the man, this person wanted to find a lady. So the 48-year-old man did what ladies like. He walked around a Port St. Lucie shopping center, exposing himself multiple times. According to an arrest affidavit, A witness told St. Produce police he saw a man in a Miami Heat shirt and athletic shorts swinging around a device and exposing himself. The man twice put his blank out of view in front of Target and once in front of Babies R Us. Each time he attempted to use a trash can as cover for the act. Now, I don't know about you, but this is what you call a douchebag. You know what I mean?
Literally.
The guy had the audacity to tell the police that he was exposing himself for the ladies, which no lady wants to see that, trust me. He said he wanted to find a lady and that he liked when he does that. That he claims that they like when he does that. The guy got angry. The guy's got an angry blank face on him during a long lockdown in the mugshot, and it was pretty insane. He said, "Screw flowers, jewelry, and cash. This man's been on the earth for 48 years and has learned what ladies want. Blank, blank, blank." And I can't use it because it was some real obscenities. He figures that they gotta at least see the goods before investing so they don't cut out the middleman of dating and romance. I'm talking furious, spiteful, beating blank furiously when the woman isn't home face. Best keep him away from playgrounds. And yes, they should keep this weirdo away. But the guy said, here's what he said in his defense, that it just needed some air. Sometimes they need air. They can't breathe in there. It's inhumane. People have been deemed innocent for a lot more for a lot less in the land of Florida. Advice, don't move to Florida if you want to see wackos. Woo! What do you think about that one, John? I said, that's pretty insane. I don't think I want to go to Florida anytime soon.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I've been to Florida a few times over the years, and there are some very, very, very strange people that live there.
No, don't get me wrong. If you go up north, it's great, but just don't go near Miami.
Oh, Miami, it's Katie bar the door down there.
Woo! I'll stay away from Miami anytime soon.
Yeah, just remember, when going to South Beach, be very careful where you go.
Yeah, you might even be hit on by guys that are really, women that are really men.
Yeah, or even hermaphrodites.
Yes. Now, this last story, we have enough time for one more. This one's a very touching one, but we touched on last week. Canadians are spocking their $5 bills, which is both awesome and totally legal. In Ottawa, Ontario, the death of actor Leonard Nimoy last week has inspired people to post photos of, let's see, on social media of the marked $5 Canadian banknotes that show former Prime Minister of the country transformed to resemble Spock, Nimoy's famous Star Trek character. For years, Canadians have been welding pins to draw Spock's tiny Vulcan ears. Oh man. Okay, hold on a minute. Sorry about that. We had a message there. Okay. For years, they've been putting spotty Vulcan ears on him, and sharp eyebrows, and a signature bowl haircut on the image of the Canadian Prime Minister. And it says here, Canada's central bank said last week that it's not legal to deface or even mutilate banknotes, although there are laws prohibiting producing current bill electricities. Nevertheless, bank spokesman blank blank called scribbling on bills inappropriate because it causes a Canadian symbol or source of national pride. Blank said defaced bills may not circulate long and are at risk of being rejected. I mean, come on, get a life. I mean, really? The guy a famous man just passed away, and these people are all getting hissy-fied because people were paying homage to Leonard Nimoy. I can't even think of a word right now. You know, disgusting. You know what I mean? Well,
I'll tell you this, and you got to watch out for those Canadians because they are a little off, you know.
Oh, Canadians are cool. I've been to Toronto. You're gonna have those type of people anywhere you go, even in America. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But that's the end of our thing, and here we're going on musical break.
Yes. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
You know what, Jemima? Your pancakes make the whole family happy, especially the ladies.
Well, Mr. May, the ladies know how easy my pancakes are to fix.
Easy as 1, 2, 3.
Just add milk or water and pop them on the griddle, and they're ready to serve.
And your Aunt Jemima's are so tender, so easy to digest.
Yes, sir. Just as digestible as... That's why folks I know eat them for breakfast and lunch.
Why then? That's cause they've made it right in your secret recipe pancakes, Aunt Jemima. Are the only pancakes with that genuine old South flavor.
So look here, ladies, for an easy-to-fix treat, ask your grocer today for the regular-sized box of Aunt Jemima ready-mix pancake flour. Or for economy, get the 3.5-pound family-sized bag.
If you had a friend who was a king, what kind of a gift would you give him? Well, there are many people of prominence who have been thrilled to receive this. Zenith's famous 9-band transoceanic, the world's most exciting radio. Powered to tune in the world. You'll find every Zenith radio, from the famous transoceanic to the tiniest pocket transistor, is built in the Zenith quality tradition, including super-sensitive FM AM radios, handsome table and clock radios, and powerful solid-state portables. Over 100 radios to choose from, priced to fit every gift budget. At Zenith, the quality goes in before the name goes on. If you're buying a radio for a king, a friend, or for yourself, why not get the best?
Hello, everybody. My name is Earl McCune, and I'm the host of the all-new Some Kind of Radio show that airs live on YouTube Friday nights from 10 p.m. till midnight. You can find us by searching SKO Radio Show. I'm here to tell you about a great science fiction news and information site I found. It's called WarpedSpaceSci-Fi.com. You ask what it is. What did I just say? It's a news and information website. They have it all. You can get all your Star Wars news, Star Trek news, everything else in between.
WarpedSpaceSci-Fi.com.
Hi, it's Maggie. Listen to my new program, Maggie on the Couch, bringing you current events and real-life solutions and humor on Karma Radio. You are currently listening to the all-new Some Kind of Radio show with our host, Earl McCune, and the Crazy Crew. You can follow us anytime, anywhere, from Twitter at SKO Radio Show, Facebook.com/SKO Radio Show, and Google Hangouts at SKO Radio Show, and of course, right here on YouTube. Now, back to our host, Earl McCune, and the Crazy Crew.
Those aren't pillows.
See that Bears game last week? Yeah, hell of a game. Bears got a great team this year. They're going to go all the way. Oh, yeah.
Neil, take my socks out of the sink if you're going to brush your teeth, all right?
John, where's your hands? They're not between two pillows, are they?
On the wheels of my car trying to drive home.
Oh, well, so you don't have them between two pillows, because I don't think those are pillows, buddy.
Well, trust me, I like them between pillows, but unfortunately, that's a category we'll have to go into later.
Yeah. And we're talking about the good kind of pillows, not the kind of pillows that were on the scene there with planes, trains, and automobiles. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Sorry, Deb and I had to take a little bit of a few minutes off. We had some stuff we had to deal with on a personal level, but everything's been resolved and everything's good, so we are back. Thank goodness everything's okay. Not going to get into what happened on the air.
All we can say is talk about a coincidence with our movie. That's all we can say.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's pretty not cool.
Yeah. Everything's fine, though. Everything's good, so...
all they're okay. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters, absolutely. But okay, I got Barky barking in the background here. Hush, Holly. It's one thing I'm not going to miss when we go to the radio station. We won't have Barky in the background. So
Well, I'm going to tell you what, though. The headlines were awesome. I mean that.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to them later. I never got. I was actually off the headset. I just kept watching the time.
Oh, I know. That's understandable.
I was monitoring. I was monitoring what I could. And we were on the phone and everything, taking care of some stuff and make sure everything's okay. But everything's fine. And yeah, we're back for the show now. And you guys did a great job. Congratulations. You guys handled 20 minutes without me and Deb. So you guys did awesome. You guys get the gold star.
Yay! The gold star's mine. They get the silver star.
No, you fight. You have to fight.
That's a ham.
All right, Deb, where are we at in the timeline? Let's get caught up here.
We are at 7 random questions.
Hold on, I gotta pull the music up now. There we go. All right, Deb, do your thing. All right, now Deb's going to ask them. Anyone can jump in and try to answer these, okay? So, 7 random questions. Here we go.
And it is movie trivia since we do movies. And no, it's not about planes, trains, and automobiles, people.
It's about Debbie's new car.
What?
About Debbie's new car.
That'll bite me. All right, here's the first one. No peeking, Earl McCune. In the Rocky films, what was the name of Rocky's wife?
Adrian.
Hey, yo, Adrian.
Yo, Adrian.
Josh, do you agree?
Yes.
I think they all agree.
John, do you agree?
Yes.
John.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I don't think we all have to. I think it's just the first one to answer.
All right. So that was Earl's. Alrighty.
We're not keeping score.
In the film Annie, who played the role of Miss Hannigan?
The fat lady.
That's Dave. Oh, you mean the new one or the old one? I don't know what.
This is the old one.
Oh, Tara Barnett.
Josh got it.
Yay.
And I didn't even like that movie.
I never even watched it.
Pray you never knew.
I didn't miss much, I don't think.
Which 1979 movie won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects?
What year?
Star Wars.
1979 movie won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects.
Star Trek.
Return of a Jedi.
Star Wars.
Nope.
Deb's Underpants.
You guys give up?
The pantyhose of Earl.
No.
No. It's the hose of Earl.
All right, you guys ready for the answer?
Yeah.
No. We got to guess. Can we take another couple of guesses?
All right.
I got it. Battlestar Galactica.
No.
Michael Jackson, the Moonwalker.
Debbie does Dallas.
All
Debbie
right.
does Des Moines.
Annie.
You're sleeping on the couch tonight, Earl.
Thank God.
All right, you guys done?
Debbie does Akron.
We're never done.
That's Mike Malone's job.
No, he does.
And I does sports?
He does. Let's see. I got.
He just does fat chicks.
Crocodile Dundee.
Best visual effects. It'd be a great picture, Mike Deb.
He ate it for lunch.
Trying to talk here, and she's like, "No, you know what? Best visual effect would be a movie you can make Deb look thin."
Oh, listen now. No weight jokes now.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Debbie's cool. That's not cool.
You don't know her that well.
Well,
Just wait, Josh.
well,
Oh, you like
Can I
that
give you the answer? You guys ready for the answer?
laugh? Yeah.
None of you guys got it. It was Alien.
Alien, huh?
That movie stunk!
I forgot that movie came out that year.
All right. What was the name of Chewbacca's son as seen on the Star Wars Holiday Special in 1978?
Oh, I didn't even know he had a son. That was new on me.
Chewbacca? Oh, I just see the name of the son. I said Chewbacca?
I've never even seen the special, so I don't know.
Mike Malone's mole?
The mole! The mole!
The mole! Rated R!
All right, the answer is Lumpy.
Oh, that kind of fits, don't it, with the mole, the lumpy?
All right, question number 5 is right up Dark One's alley. The character Reagan McNeil appeared in what movie?
Exorcist.
I was going to go with The Exorcisist.
I agree with Josh.
You ever seen the... Remember the movie... What was the movie? Remember the movie with John Ritter, and he had this remote control, and he was actually inside the television shows. It was all messed up stuff. No, it wasn't Click. It was John Ritter. Oh, what was that movie called? Now I got to look that up. No, it wasn't Click. And it's like all these like. Remember, he was actually inside the television.
I'll find out what it's called.
Oh my God, what movie was that? That was actually a funny movie because Pam Dauber played his wife. Oh crap!
I'll find out.
And whatever happened?
Because I remember like it had like all these goofy ass commercials, and I remember the one that stands out most in my mind was for the Napper Crapper 5000 because it had this like lazy boy recliner with a fridge on the side and a toilet in it built in, and you never had to get off the pile. You could still sit in your living room, watch the football game, take a dump, and get a beer out of the fridge.
But don't forget, they did a homage to Three's Company in it.
Yes, they did. You're right. Because he walked in. Yeah, that was so funny too. Because he walked in. It wasn't Click, Lori. No, it wasn't Click.
I'll find out what it's called. You know what year it came out?
All right, number 6.
We want to figure out what movie that was first.
Which sexy Hollywood actress declared, "I'll get naked at the drop of a hat"?
Debbie McCune.
Marilyn Monroe.
I thought it was because Debbie does Dallas, the same girl, right? Oh.
Earl.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Thank you. I remember that now.
Did a show on that one.
All right, Josh, did you hear the question?
No, I didn't. Can you repeat?
Which sexy Hollywood actress declared, "I'll get naked at the drop of a hat"?
Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson? That's not a sexy Hollywood actress.
Good God.
I'm just joking. No. Madonna.
Sharon Stone, guys. Sharon Stone.
Who's Sharon Stone?
Sharon's gave me a stone, that's for sure.
All right.
She's gonna throw stones.
Susan Alexandria changed her name to what?
Who?
Susan Alexandria changed her name to what?
Alexandria Susan.
It's one of your favorite actresses, Earl.
She got big boobs.
Oh, yeah.
How big? Are they bigger than yours?
Dolly Parton.
No!
Okay, that's
She's
definitely.
not a blonde. She's a brunette.
Oh,
I know
brunette.
who it is.
Big boobs.
I know exactly who it is. It's Elvira.
No! Susan Alexandria changed her name to what?
Elvira!
No, it's not Elvira.
Well, then I don't know who it is.
Okay, think of, let's see, Tim Allen. Let's see,
Tim Allen. Tim Allen and big boobs just don't work.
no, she played with Tim Allen. Let's
Why
see.
did you know Tim Allen? Tim Allen had boobs.
I'm trying to think what else did she play in.
War Power.
The movie we watched, what she played opposite Jamie Lee Curtis. Trying to think. She played in that one alien movie.
Sigourney Weaver.
Bingo.
She don't have big boobs.
Yeah, she doesn't have big ones.
They're not. But well, you know what? She had good. You know, her boobs look really good in Galaxy Quest.
Why do you think I said Tim Allen?
Oh, okay.
Tim
So-
Allen wasn't in. I know what movie you're talking about. Space Quest.
Galaxy Quest, dummy.
Galaxy Quest. I've never seen it.
Push-up bras do wonders.
All right, we gotta.
No kidding.
You know what? We're gonna go for a few more.
Since we're dummies, we get to answer a few more questions. The segment's called 7 Random Questions.
All right. In what movie did Baron Numsey appear as the villain?
What?
In what movie did Baron Numsey appear as the villain?
His name Mike Malone.
That's the Kool-Aid Man movie. Oh, no. Oh.
Eddie Murphy's The Golden Child.
Never seen it.
Family Guy?
Here's your mic. No, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to come up with a new movie, and I'm going to call it Earl's Golden Rod.
The Rod of Earl.
The Rod of Earl.
Are you going to use the Yaku-Jack?
All right, here's one that I actually didn't know,
I'm
and
kidding.
it's one of my favorite movies. Vaseline and Brillitanio were alternate names for what movie?
Wait, did you say you used Vaseline?
Vaselina and Brillitanio were alternate names for what movie?
It's the crap out of me.
Lori got it!
Grease?
Grease.
Alternate name for Grease.
They were going to call Grease Vaseline.
Navidad.
Vaselinia or Brilliant.
And Grease!
I was going to say Navidad.
God.
Those names almost sound like a girl you'd find at the
my
nudie
God.
bar.
We might as well just call it Grease
Lori
Navidad.
gets it. A 9-year-old gets it, but we don't.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's because she knows about John Travolta. That's what it is.
Yeah.
She knows about John Travolta.
Well, you know. What's that old show you're smarter than a 5th grader? Yeah.
And she put it this way, she's a 3rd grader, but she's doing 5th and 6th grade work.
That's because she's intelligent. She's always been intelligent.
How'd you guys get so lucky?
She's like me.
No,
and
no,
John, you've met
Never mind.
John, you know Lori. You know how smart
I can
she
spell
is.
honest.
Shut up.
I know.
John, you know Lori. You know how smart she is.
Oh, I know. Actually, she's a very bright girl. She hopefully will do big things someday.
Well, put it this way: they've already told us that once she hits 6th grade, they're going to put her in freshman in high school.
She's smart.
Oh boy, look out!
She's going to go straight from 5th grade to a freshman in high school.
The world will never be the same.
No.
Nope.
Pray for the world.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Lord McCune, Queen of the Universe.
All right, Deb, give us some planes, trains, and automobiles questions. Since we are
automobiles.
Since we're saluting that movie.
Alrighty, are you ready now?
Did you just say alrighta?
And now these ones are going to be for points. People, you ready?
No points.
But the points really don't matter, Deb.
Points don't matter. We're just having fun tonight.
Hey, Earl, before we get down with the questions, I do have a trivia question for you all.
Okay.
Let's go, Josh. We'll do my trivia questions for planes, trains, and automobiles after next break.
All right. The question is, what was John Candy's first film, long before he did Trains, Planes, and Automobiles?
That was Vacation.
All right. What do you say, Debbie?
Wasn't it Tommy Boy?
Nope.
That wasn't John Candy. That was the other guy, the other fat boy.
Rick Farley.
Chris Farley.
No, but John Candy. What was John Candy's first film, John?
I want to say Blues Brothers.
Yeah, Blues Brothers.
He wasn't in Blues Brothers.
Yeah, he was. He was the little kid.
No, he wasn't. John Candy wasn't in Blues Brothers.
Earl was right.
Wasn't it Uncle Buck?
Nope. It was Vacation. That was his first movie. He played the guy.
Right.
He
played the security guard. Yeah, and he got with Chevy Chase.
He did do some TV roles before that. He was in that that Canadian show not UHF, but something SCTV.
SCTV.
Yeah, that was his actual first TV role.
Second City Television.
That was. I wish they would have brought that back. That was the ultimate. Better than Saturday Night Live, I'm telling you.
Oh, I thought it was too. It was a Canadian version of Saturday Night Live. Rick Moranis was on there, and
Dave Foley.
Did you hear him coming back?
Hey, John, weren't you thinking of Dan Aykroyd and
Aykroyd just started there too.
No, I'm talking about on Blues Brothers. It was Dan Aykroyd and
John Belushi.
John Belushi.
It was.
But there were a lot of famous people in that movie, though.
Loads of famous people in that movie.
Hey, by the way, did you guys hear Rick Moranis is coming back to TV for one last time? He's gonna
come out of retirement, I heard. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the project he's doing, but he's coming back out of it. Oh, it was Spaceballs 2.
Yeah, I heard. Did he confirm for that? I heard something.
Yes, they are working on Spaceballs 2, and I was like, yes!
Oh, can I also tell you another thing that they just announced?
What?
They are coming out 2016.
She forgot. Oh crap! That's a crappy movie.
What movie?
The Boil in Trouble is not.
I didn't hear what the movie was. What was it?
She forgot herself. You know what they say?
Well, 2016 is going to be
first thing to go.
Yeah.
She was with the witches.
Yeah. Okay.
You know which one I'm talking about?
No.
No, where they come back from where the three sisters with Bette Midler.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. The Witches. I know which one she's talking about.
The Witches of Eastwick or something like that.
No, it wasn't.
That's the sequel to the Bitches, right?
No, remember where it was Bette Midler and where they come back.
They come back in time and they are witches. I remember that.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the name of it off the bat.
Yeah, they come this time. It's come back and out in 2016.
Wasn't like a Bewitched something or something like that?
No, Bewitched was hideous. That new movie. Ew.
Yeah, they botched that up.
Well, there's only one Samantha can wrinkle the nose.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, wasn't that who played her in the movie? That was God, I can see her face. Oh, Nicole Kidman. That's right. Nicole Kidman did.
God.
They should have left that movie. They should have left that alone.
There's some movies.
Hocus Pocus 2 is coming out in
Hocus
2016.
Pocus. That's it.
Okay.
Oh,
Hocus Pocus.
by the way, I want everybody's opinion on this before we go to break. Whatever is the Poltergeist remake has been moved up to a couple months, so it'll come out this year.
It's not going to be the same without the little person in it.
The lady.
Now they got a big tall guy playing her that role.
They go from a little midget lady to a big old guy. Okay.
You know what? She is so. I love the way she acts. I mean, she's just awesome.
She's not around anymore, Deb. She's slightly dead.
Yeah. Sounds to me like Kojak Jr.'s getting a little happy back there. He wants to count or something.
Yeah.
Well, now, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but there is actually going to be a Witches 2. Do you remember the movie with Angelica Houston? She played. It was called The Witches, where
Oh man, I don't remember that one.
turned the little boys into mouse, and they had to go to try to destroy the Grand High Witch.
It was made in what, 90, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
remaking that film.
Well, you know,
Why does everything have to be remade?
I was just getting ready to ask that. Why?
It'd be nice to have some original ideas, wouldn't it?
They're also remaking the Predator movie.
Oh God. No,
Yeah,
they
I
might do
did.
that one.
I did see that one. Yeah, The Witches. I do see that one too.
That's just ridiculous. They need to leave remakes alone. Can't they create anything original anymore?
That'd be too easy.
Well, you know, with my 2 film projects coming up, that is going to be, hopefully, crush that away. You know what I mean? You don't even see originality anymore. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Oh, you
gosh. 2016 is going to see Obama's America.
Well, also 2016 is going to see Phantasm Apocalypse, so it's going to be, my film's going to do better. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Earl, I want to say, though, if they were to remake this movie, though, Trains, Planes, and Automobiles, who would you want to see cast in those 2 roles?
They've already done a remake. You know, but it's not called Planes, Trains. Well, that was with Seth Rogen. What was the name of the movie? It's the same story. Hold on a minute. I'll get you the title because it's actually the same damn movie. Just they remade it, but they don't call it Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It was made with. I know Seth Rogen was in it, right?
I couldn't watch it then because I hate Seth Rogen. I can't stand
The
him.
movie was actually pretty funny. They did a good job on it. Hold on a minute.
After what he said about America, I don't think so. I'll pass on that.
Hold on, I'm gonna get the title here because I want to. I think it was the Guilt Trip. Yeah, but it was the same type of story. Yeah, that was Guilt Trip. Guilt Trip, yeah, the Guilt Trip. Basically, it was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles remade called the Guilt Trip.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, as an inventor, Andy Brewster is about to embark on the road trip of a lifetime. A quick stop at his home.
No, it wasn't Guilt Trip. No, it wasn't it. That was not Guilt Trip. But it had Zach Galifianakis in it. That's who was in it. Zach Galifianakis. Look up his credits because
You
Zach,
just replaced an original. I'm sorry.
Zach Galifianakis. G-A. She can't spell hottest, so L-I-F-A. I don't know how to spell it. Just
What, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
Nick Galifianakis. Yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah, now go down.
No,
the Greek guy.
Mary Poppins.
Fat guy. Yeah, it's Zach Galifianakis, not Nick. Zach Galifianakis.
He might go by Nick, though.
No, I'm on IMDb looking at his credits right now. No, it wasn't Zach and Mary Make a Porno. Zach Galifianakis, Debbie.
I just typed it in.
He didn't hang out.
Look at The Hangover, and you'll find him. We're trying to find this, and we got to go to break. No, not The Hangover. No, Debbie. I'll tell you what. Her trying to find facts, she sucks. Zach Galif, there he is. Now, if you go down and find his credits, see credits. There you go.
His
Go
underpants.
down. Go down. Hold on, Deb, slow down.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah, no kid. I'm waiting on her to find this thing.
dun, 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 dun,
Dum,
dun,
dum, 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 dum.
dun, dun,
Due date.
dun,
Due date.
dun,
Due date. Guys. Due date. It was due date. You're seeing, yeah, due date. With Robert Downey, yeah, it had Robert Downey Jr. in it too.
I just have no desire to see this remake. It just looks like it would be hideous. You know what I mean?
It was actually pretty good because it had Robert Downey Jr. in it.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, Robert Downey Jr. wouldn't be able to save it. I mean, that other dude is like...
Yeah. All right, everybody, we're a little past going to break, but we're going to go to break now. It's 10:31, and we're going to go ahead and take a little break, and then we're going to come back with some more. Another clip from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, of course. And we'll be right back. You're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show here live on YouTube. Stay tuned.
Now, Toby Reed with a word to something that is really a matter of life and death. And that is, Toby, a blowout, Walter. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a blowout in one of the tires on your automobile. Did you ever stop to think that if you're driving at today's top speed of 35 miles an hour and the blowout swerves your car into an oncoming truck, which travels at the same speed, the resulting crash has a force of 70 miles an hour? Now, that's enough to double you right over the steering wheel and push the engine through the dash. Yet there is actually no need for a blowout to throw your car out of control, not if the car is equipped with Goodyear lifeguards. For the lifeguard is an inner tire, a two-ply safety tire within a tube. It replaces the conventional inner tube, and if your outer tire and tube blow, the inner tire of the lifeguard remains inflated, holds the car steady so you can come to a sure, safe stop. That's the kind of blowout protection your family needs, and such sure protection it is that never once has a lifeguard been reported to fail. Never once. Think it over. Ask your Goodyear dealer if he has any of the few lifeguards now available. If so, equip your car with lifeguards, which are now ration-free. For remember, when your tire blows out, the Goodyear lifeguard never lets you down.
ABC. Always buy Chesterfield, the milder cigarette. And Chesterfield leaves a clean, fresh taste in your mouth. Oh, always milder. Better tasting. Always smoking. Always buy Chesterfield. Stay satisfied. Chesterfield presents Offer Godfrey. Yes, it's Offer Godfrey and all the little Godfrey. Get in the Mariners and Darcy Flyer and his orchestra.
Oh, please come so clean while a Chesterfield burns.
Hello, everybody. My name is Earl McCune, and I'm the host of the all-new Some Kind of Radio Show that airs live on YouTube Friday nights from 10 p.m. till midnight. You can find us by searching SKO Radio Show. I'm here to tell you about a great science fiction news and information site I found. It's called WarpedSpaceSci-Fi.com. Guess what it is? What did I just say? It's a news and information website. They have it all. You can get all your Star Wars news, Star Trek news, everything else in between. They got it all. Check it out today. WarpedSpaceSci-Fi.com. Don't just take my word for it. Take the word of the many hundreds who have checked it out now. They love it just as I do. I get all my news there. Again, WarpedSpaceSci-Fi.com. What is it? WarpedSpaceSci-Fi.com.
Hi, it's Maggie. This is my new program, Maggie on the Couch, bringing you current events, real-life solutions, and humor on Karma Radio.
You are currently listening to the all-new Some Kind of Radio Show with our host, Earl McCune, and the Crazy Crew. You can follow us anytime, anywhere. From Twitter at SKO Radio Show, Facebook.com/SKO Radio Show, and Google Hangouts at SKO Radio Show, and of course, right here on YouTube. Now, back to our host, Earl McCune, and the Crazy Crew.
What's going on? Joker wants to race. Race? That's ridiculous. All right, come on. Let's go. Let's go.
Put your window down!
He wants something. He's probably drunk.
You're going the wrong way! What? You're going the wrong way!
We're going the wrong way.
Oh, he's drunk. How would he know where we're going?
Yeah, how would he know? Thank you. Thanks a lot. Terrific.
Thank you.
What a moron.
You're going in the wrong direction! You're going to kill somebody! You're going the wrong way!
All right, we're back here. 10:38 here on a Friday night. Here on Some Kind of Radio Show as we salute planes, trains, and automobiles. You know, I'll tell you. Yeah, that's the one right there, Deb. It's funny. That scene does not do. You know, doing it on the radio, it doesn't do that scene justice. It's one of those you really have to see because that's when they. I kid you not. I just watched this movie the other day. And Steve Martin, as you know, as they were getting spun out, his fingernails got dug into the to the dashboard. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. And he had to pick one and then two, and he pulled them out. You know, his hands are just then he, of course, they got out of the car caught fire, and hell broke loose. But
oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. One of the best scenes of all time in that movie.
Oh God, yeah. And I like when and that's before it caught fire. John Candy's like, "Oh, that'll buff right out."
That's not even funny right now.
No, but I'm just saying. I mean, I know.
That's not even funny right now. I'm not even laughing about that.
Yeah. Well, I was not talking about. Yeah, I know. But
it's saying, okay, Deb. It's okay, Deb.
I can't even laugh at that anymore. That used to be my funny scene, but I can't laugh at that anymore.
Well,
don't be a Debbie Downer.
Let me change it a little bit. Do you remember we didn't get to talk about it a little bit ago, but the scene where they're in bed and they wake up and he said, "Why is your hand in my pants?" or something like that. He said, "That's not my hand."
No. He goes, "Where is your hand?" And he goes, "It's between two pillows." Those aren't pillows. I mean,
oh my God.
It's a banana.
What? Hey, what's this log here you're doing? What's going on? Why is it so hard?
I mean, that was hilarious. I mean, you just.
Yeah, now what would have made it even better if it would have referenced the length.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, then I think he goes into the bathroom after that, and he goes in and tries to wipe his face off, and he's wiping his face off with John Candy's dirty socks.
I thought it was his underwear.
No, he pulls the underwear out, and he dries his face with the underwear.
Oh.
Yeah, and he goes,
"Oh, yeah."
Just make sure you brush your teeth. Yeah, is that cheaper? Well, type
and
in,
floss.
Yeah, type it in and see what you can find. We're trying to do a couple. We're multitasking right here on this show, everybody. We're working on a couple different things.
You're used to that, Earl.
Live.
Multitasking during this show. That's like very, very. That's technical for us, isn't it? Multitasking.
It's an easy task, brother.
We are multitasking.
Yeah. Well, at least there isn't any technical difficulties.
Yeah. Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
John, don't ever mention that again, because then it'll happen, as they say.
Yeah, no kid. Hey guys, I got a little bit of a small treat for you guys here. We're gonna. This is just a very small clip. This is actually a little brief interview done more recently with Steve Martin, and he talks about his time doing planes, trains, and automobiles with, and talks about his friend, the late John Candy. Hey, listen to this, guys. This is pretty cool.
You know you're in St. Louis?
Yes, I do. Despite what these scenes around Lambert Field might suggest, Steve Martin has fond memories of the month he spent here shooting the 1987 comedy Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, the story of a businessman trying to make it home to Chicago in time for Thanksgiving. Along the way, everything that can go wrong does. And along the way, he gets caught up with an obnoxious but big-hearted traveling salesman played by the late John Candy.
I don't want you to sit here and kind of mourn the death of John, but tell me something you remember about your months together doing Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
It was the first day of shooting. He brought all this exercise equipment in. Just, jogging things, stationary bikes, and weights and everything, and then never touched it.
Is this a coincidence or what?
Also, he was a brilliant actor, especially in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I think it was his best work. The first cut of the movie was 4.5 hours long, so 2 hours got cut out.
I like me. My wife likes me.
I saw him do scenes that aren't in the movie that are just
I'm the real
breathtaking.
And if some of those scenes seem almost too real, Martin told me it may have been a case of more than just good acting on Candy's part.
Well, he was a very sweet guy. Very sweet and complicated. And so he was always friendly, always outgoing and, funny and nice and polite. But I could tell he had kind of a little broken heart inside him.
I don't know what happened, but the thing just quit playing. I think the clip.
Somebody farted, that's why.
The clip got cut short.
He had kind of a little broken heart inside him.
Okay, yeah, okay, it stopped right there. So
I jinxed it.
No, you didn't do anything. I forgot it cut off so quick. I'm like, wait a minute, why did the clip cut off so quick? What the heck? Oh no, it played the full entirety of the clip. But yeah, I mean, he talked about for just a second about how John Candy's acting range, about how he was able to do these, because there wasn't all comedy. There was some sadness in that, with Candy and in the movie, I mean, he hid the fact for the whole movie that his wife was dead for 7 or 8 years and he was homeless, and he covered that up till the very end. And I mean, you have to really, I mean, I'm not no professional actor by any means, but you can, I mean, to get those emotions out, it's hold on a second. You might want to space that.
Priceless.
Yeah, I mean, you have to draw from something to get that, and I mean, just that. I mean, how do you get that emotion? You have to go through some pretty rough stuff. I mean, I know you have to, in essence.
Yeah, I mean, we all go through some rough stuff in life, and it takes very strong people to go through it. Mm-hmm. And for all of you out there, there's always something something that you don't want to deal with in life.
Yeah.
And you say, just maybe I'll get through this. Something's going to get me through this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I hope that some people, hey, maybe they use our radio show as their outlet.
Well, too, is there may be, like me, I had lost, one of my friends had died a while back, last month, and this show, being on this show and working with some really awesome friends and people, I feel like a family. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so this show really does help people, especially when if you're having a really bad day or something. You know, you can come on here and get you some laughs and just relax and enjoy yourself. You know what I mean?
You kidding me? This show's my therapy. You kidding me? I mean,
Oh, no kidding. It's mine, too.
you know, I mean, you have a, I mean,
Couples therapy. What are you talking about?
yeah, right, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm single, never been married, all right?
Well, for me and Deb, I mean, because, you know, they say, how do you work with your wife on a show? Well, you know, we bicker naturally pretty well, so we figured, hey, you know what would be entertaining for everyone to hear is bicker.
And you know what? The thing is, we can never go to bed mad. That's for one thing in that.
I don't go to bed happy either.
Hey, don't be me. But you know what? We've been married 12 years.
When's the last time you put out?
No comment on it.
Last week? Last week?
I plead the fifth.
We ended up on the couch this evening.
But no, honestly.
I've had more from my hand than the last 6 months, and, you know.
Oh, baloney.
Oh, God! Come on, Earl!
Here we go!
Honestly, all I can say is that it's a blast working with Earl because honestly, it's fun because what we do naturally every day is what we do on the air, and it's like.
But you tell me I bitch too much.
Well, you do. They say
I'm a perfectionist.
They say that women piss and moan too much. I'll tell you what, Earl's the worst piss and moanist I've ever met.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Well, no, Deb, I correct you on this one.
Well, he just pisses himself.
And moans. Trust me.
One of those that needs a diaper.
He moans with himself.
And with the women he's ever been with.
Those are women?
I sometimes wondered.
Yeah.
They were blow-offs.
I mean, this is a guy who actually somehow hooked up with a bald-headed lesbian one night.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Very.
Yeah.
You do an episode of a bald lesbian then.
Yeah, I mean, somehow, and the sad part is, you know, he enjoyed it. He goes, and he was sitting there telling me, you know, 'cause I get, you know, I'm not going to get too graphic because, I mean, this is, let's just, okay, she was down in his nether regions, if you know what I mean, with, you know. And,
she actually found.
And he's rubbing her head, and he says, it was just the strangest feeling. I'm rubbing her head while she's doing. I'm like, oh, don't give me, no, I got this bad visual, and.
God, I just got the heebie-jeebies, Earl.
You know what? I'd love him to call in and you know, refute any of this. Of course, he won't do that. So.
Yeah, come on, Mike. If you got any kahunas, call in.
Yeah, come on, Mike. Yeah, he ain't gonna call in.
Mike ain't gonna call in. He's
probably not even listening tonight. Come on, you kidding me? He's watching. What was it? The Gay on Demand.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Remember when you were up, John, and and he's like, "Oh, Gay on Demand, yay!" I'm like, "Oh my God, you serious? You're gonna sit there and and then my kids are in the room, and he's like, of course he didn't order it, but he's sitting there like, "Oh, I want to watch this." Like, why in the hell would you want to watch it? As if
that's what he's used to.
Yeah, I said, if you're a straight guy, what the hell are you doing?
Not as bad as him wanting to order the Playboy channel.
No. The Gay on Demand's worse. And he wanted to sit and watch it in the living room.
Yeah, that was on the Playboy channel.
No, that's its own channel. Now, that's really scary.
That's its own channel.
Oh, trust me. Talk about bad trips. I mean, how many trips have I been with Malone? How many crazy things have happened?
Now, I'll tell you about a crazy trip with Malone. Well, John, you were there for part of this trip. Remember Taylor?
Yes, I do, very vividly.
Shut up, John.
Well, the part I'm getting
out of this.
The night before you get there, okay? We get up there, and Mike, we're all stayed in the hotel, and we're trying to get a hold of Mike. Like, where in the hell is he? I'm calling his cell phone because we got up there late. I mean, because I had to work until, what, 6 that night? 5 or 6? 5. Okay, 4. No, I had a meeting. I got off at 4. I skipped the meeting. I said, I got to go. I got to be up in Taylor. And because I didn't do the practice squad. Because I couldn't get out of work.
You did practice the day.
No. I missed a practice squad. Practice squad's on Friday. I missed the practice squad. Anyway, let me get to this story real quick, because we get up there, okay, and this goes on along with crazy road trips. Get up there, and we're trying to reach him. Can't. He's not answering his damn phone. I'm like, okay, what the hell room is it? We know he's in the hotel because we see his car. His car's at the hotel, but not in front of any particular room. I mean, it's just the way the hotel was laid out. I'm like, okay, where the hell is he? Tried him for 45 minutes. Go to the office. They wouldn't give us the information. It's like, we're staying with him. We're all in the, oh, well, we can't give you that info. I'm like, are you? So I'm finally, after about...
No, we had to rent the room first, and then he comes in after us.
No, he was there before because he was drunk, passed out in the room. Remember? No. Yeah. He was drunk, passed out in the room. He got there before we did because he bowled to practice. Okay, so finally, after an hour, we get a hold of him. Like, he goes, like, hello? I'm like, yeah, he ran the room. Second night, yes.
He was on the bed that I...
Okay. Mute your mic so I can tell the story.
Okay. We get up there. Finally, he answers the phone. Hello? I'm like, Mike, who's this? I'm like, who the hell you think it is, dude? Hey, buddy. I'm like, what room are you in? I don't know. I'm like, oh my God. Open the door to see what room you're in. Oh, and of course I see him come out. I can't. Almost falls over the damn balcony. I'm like, oh my God. So we're like, okay, we see you. We're coming. We get there. The dude is in his freaking underwear. Okay.
You've been drinking.
Of course, we had to share a room with him, and it was 2 queen-size beds. He's in one, and me and Deborah in the other. So,
well, he's a queen, you know.
And this is fairly early. It was like about 8 o'clock at night because I left at 4, and we got up there in good time. It was 8 o'clock, and we were like, we're hungry. Wanted to go get a beer, and Mike's like, oh, all right, I'm good to go. Let's go. So we go down to the bar. Yeah, okay, this bar down the road he wanted to go to. Go down, we have some good food, a few drinks. Mike's ready to pay his tab. He can't find his credit card. He is screaming at these people. He's screaming at the poor lady behind the bar, and he's saying, you guys stole my credit card. I was here earlier. I paid. And like, oh, yeah, we remember you paid. And like, you guys got my credit card. I mean, he went off on these people. Well, we got stuck with his tab, and only to come to find out his credit card was in his wallet the whole time.
Yeah.
Did he leave his wallet in his room too?
No, it was in his pocket.
It was in his pocket the whole time.
It was in his pocket the whole time. That's how stupid he was.
Well, of course, it only took 3 drinks to get him intoxicated. So.
Yeah, true. So, of course, we get there the next day and we bowl, and I beat him, and he was pissed off.
Get stuck with another tab.
Neither of us bold well enough to make the cut or get into the PQR, which was the qualifying round, and we didn't make it, which didn't think we would. Then we got done. Of course, John finally shows up, and remember we were drinking those cheap pitchers of Blue Moon?
Yes.
And then before that, let me get to the worst part. I'm not talking about what else happened. I'm talking about on the way, the next morning, we were actually heading back over because we're going to meet everybody. Get off at the exit, and you know what happens to me? I get pulled over.
That was your own dumb fault.
I get pulled over for a...
This is the dumb arse that decides to run a red light. Didn't run a red light, turned on a red light, and tried to argue
Well, they changed this. It was one of them changing signs. They every once in a while, this exit would have one of those no turn on red, and then it would go off and on. It would just depend on the day or the time or whatever. They would turn the no turn on red sign. It was a sign. Well, the night before, we didn't know the area.
Yeah, the whole time it was off.
Yeah, the whole time it was off, and I didn't know. I went down that exit 3 or 4 times and never saw it. Well, this cop pulls me over, and I said, look, I didn't know it was there. I'm sorry. And slaps me with a, $200 ticket?
It's $186.
$186 ticket. Well, $200 ticket, you might as well say. And the cop was he was a butthole about it. He says, well, you need to pay attention, sir. I was like, look, I'm sorry, I'm from out of town. Well, obviously. I'm like, can't you cut a guy a break? No, thank you for stopping in Michigan. We need your $186. I'm like, are you? I was so pissed. Of course, we went afterward. We blew it off. We went to, and we were drinking those cheap pitchers of Blue Moon. Remember that, John?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God, we were drinking. I think we went through.
I remembers it quite well.
Which led to the most embarrassing day of my life.
No, that was the night before you did that, Deb. That was the night before. That was the night before.
Which I said, which led to the rest of the embarrassing time of my life.
Oh, you gave their lap dance.
I'm sure the gentleman enjoyed it.
He still remembers it.
Every time I see him.
Oh my God. Oh my God. But yeah, that was another crazy, crazy road trip. And
well, that was like when we were coming back from Alabama that one time. The kids were little. They were screaming. You came down that hill, and that red Ferrari was in front of us. We were in the van.
And we got pulled over.
In 2006, we got pulled over when they were actually tagging the Ferrari in front of us.
Yeah, and all I'm going to say is thank God for the screaming kids. Two screaming, because our kids were they were babies. Lori wasn't even 1 yet, and Alex was what, 1.5, 2? Yeah, they were both screaming. We were on the road for 10 hours, and we're about an hour from home. And yeah, we just got north of Columbus, coming home, and oh my goodness gracious! All I know is we're an hour from home. Two screaming kids. We're tired. Been on the road all day long. That's an hour from home from Columbus. We're an hour from home at that point, Deb. We were an hour from getting home.
How fast do you drive?
That's the point. I was driving really fast. I got pulled over for speeding, and thank goodness the cop goes. No, we weren't going as fast as Ferrari. But here's the thing. We were coming down over a hill, and I was like, okay, and he tagged us, and he goes, well, you know how fast you're going? Like, yeah, and of course the kids are screaming. I says, this is why. Where are you coming from? I said, we're coming back home we're in Huntsville, Alabama. We're driving home. We've been driving straight through. Kids are hungry. They're tired, and we've been, Cop goes, sir, just keep the speed down. Have a nice day. I'm like, thank you.
Thank goodness.
Get those babies home safe. I'm like, oh, thank you. I mean, and that was a Stady, because normally a Stady be all over your ass, but he was so nice about it. He was so nice, and he goes, I'll hey, just get these guys, get your kids home, and be safe. And
yeah, and actually the people in Ohio in general I found to be very good. So
yeah. Okay.
Well, and then you figure, look at how long I had my license and didn't get in any trouble until we got to Kansas. I'll finish telling that as soon as we come back from break.
Yeah, we'll share that story after break. But, well, we're going to go ahead and go to break here, our 11 o'clock hour here. We're going to continue with our salute to planes, trains, and automobiles, talking about crazy trips, a little bit more about the movie. And we got some more fun stuff coming up. Hilljack Bob will also be up in our next half hour. So stay tuned. You're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show here live on YouTube. Stay tuned.
Mama, your pancakes make the whole family happy, especially the ladies.
Well, Mr. May, the ladies know how easy my pancakes are to fix.
Easy as 1, 2, 3.
Just add milk or water and pop them on the griddle, and they're ready to serve.
And your Aunt Jemima's are so tender, so delicious, so easy to digest.
Yes, sir. Just as digestible as toast. That's why folks I know eat them for breakfast, lunch, or supper.
Yes, right around the clock. Aunt Jemima's are enjoyable, satisfying, good eating. Mm-hmm. Why, their tantalizing fragrance makes your mouth water.
That's because they're made according to my own secret recipe.
Right, and your secret recipe pancakes, Aunt Jemima, are the only pancakes with that genuine Old South flavor.
So look here, ladies, for an easy-to-fix treat,
Ask Grove Grocer today for the regular-sized box of Aunt Jemima ready-mix pancake flour. Or for economy, get the 3.5-pound family-sized bag.
If you had a friend who was a king, what kind of a gift would you give him? Well, there are many people of prominence who have been thrilled to receive this. Zenith's famous 9-band transoceanic, the world's most exciting radio. Powered to tune in the world. You'll find every Zenith radio, from the famous transoceanic to the tiniest pocket transistor, is built in the Zenith quality tradition, including super-sensitive FM/AM radios, and some table and clock radios, and powerful solid-state portables. Over 100 radios to choose from, priced to fit every gift budget. At Zenith, the quality goes in before the name goes on. If you're buying a radio for a king, a friend, or for yourself, why not get the best?
Hello, everybody. My name is Earl McCune, and I'm the host of the all-new Some Kind of Radio show that airs live on YouTube Friday nights from 10 p.m. till midnight. You can find us by searching SKO Radio Show. I'm here to tell you about a great science fiction news and information site I found. It's called WarpedSpaceSci-Fi.com. You ask what it is. What did I just say? It's a news and information website. They have it all. You can get all your Star Wars news, Star Trek news, everything else in between. They got it all. Check it out today. WarpedSpaceSci-Fi.com. Don't just take my word for it. Take the word of the many hundreds who have checked it out now. They love it just as I do. I get all my news there. Again, WarpedSpaceSci-Fi.com. What is it? WarpedSpaceSci-Fi.com.
Hi, it's Maggie. Listen to my new program, Maggie on the Couch, bringing you current events, real-life solutions, and humor on Karma Radio.
You are currently listening to the all-new Some Kind of Radio show with our host, Earl McCune, and the crazy crew. You can follow us anytime, anywhere. From Twitter at SKO Radio Show, Facebook.com/SKO Radio Show, and Google Hangouts at SKO Radio Show, and of course, right here on YouTube. Now, back to our host, Earl McCune, and the crew.
No, Mom's gonna do the turkey. Yeah, Dad wants ambrosia, so I guess we gotta get those miniature marshmallows. And I'll do the crescent rolls, and you do the cranberries. You know I can't cook. Oh. Yeah, well, I'll see you tomorrow then. Gobble, gobble. Oh, bye-bye. Welcome to Marathon. May I help you?
Yes.
How may I help you?
You can start by wiping that fucking dumbass smile off your rosy fucking cheeks. Then you can give me a fucking automobile, a fucking Datsun, a fucking Toyota, a fucking Mustang, a fucking Buick, 4 fucking wheels and a seat.
I really don't care for the way you're speaking to me.
And I really don't care for the way your company left me in the middle of fucking nowhere with fucking keys to a fucking car that isn't fucking there. And I really didn't care to fucking walk down a fucking highway and across a fucking runway to get back here to have you smile at my fucking face. I want a fucking car right fucking now.
May I see your rental agreement?
I threw it away.
Boy.
Oh boy, what?
You're
Okay, everybody, we're back here for the last hour of some kind of radio show here live on YouTube. This is our next to last show here on YouTube as we are leaving YouTube to move on to our new home over on Karma Internet Radio. Making the big move here.
To the penthouse.
Mm-hmm. Moving to the penthouse. Oh yeah, it's gonna be I'll tell you what, it's gonna be a huge upgrade for us. You know, I mean, I'm grateful we were able to do what we've been doing, you know, on YouTube. And think about it, we haven't been on the air that long, you know, if you in the grand scheme of it. I mean, not even quite a year. I mean, from where this show started, you know, very, very small beginnings, you know. I mean, just a little history on this show. Matter of fact, I wrote it all out, and I got to pull it back up so I know what I'm talking about here. You know,
and you can remember all that bull crap.
I can remember it all if I have my notes in front of me, because I'm just very, very horrible about. There we go. You know, we started out, you know, back in December of 2012, if you believe it or not. Yes, it's okay. I said we haven't been around for a year, but the show has been around. The show has been around since December of 2012, and we only ran 3 episodes. I ran 3 episodes, 2 in December and 1 in January, if I remember right, of 2013. Well, at the time, I had a job that just I didn't have the free time or the ability to, and I really had no focus for the show at the time. I didn't know what to do. So we took about 15 months off, and I decided, you know what, let's give it another shot. This was our relaunch date, and actually kind of officially our official launch date. Actually, this show will be a year next week. So actually, here's the thing. Now this is kind of poetic, guys. Our next show, March 13th, will be 2 days after our 1-year anniversary of our relaunch, because we relaunched on March 11th last year, and that was episode number 4 in our series, and we're going to end our YouTube run with episode 44. So 40 episodes later in 1 year, because we didn't do shows every week when we first came back. We were bi-weekly for a little while. And we didn't really have a set day. We started on Saturdays, did early Saturday evenings from like, what would we do, like 6 to 6:30 at first, Deb? Or 7,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like that, 6:30 to 7, something like that.
Yeah, we started at 6:30 to 7, and then we eventually went to we started at 6:30 to 7 on Saturdays. And then we went to YouTube, and then we went to.
Well, we did Saturdays at first.
Yeah, we stayed on Saturdays for a little bit, and we went to an hour show.
Hour and a half. We never did an hour.
We went to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when we went from 6:30.
We went from 9. We went from. Well, as soon as Deb might. We went from 9 to. Where did we go? 9 to 10:30 or something like that. Yeah, we went from 9 to 10:30 on Saturday nights. Did that for about only 2 or 3 shows, and they're like, you know, just for fun, we wanted to try a Friday night show. Now, if you ever look.
No, we did Friday nights because it was easier for us.
Well, can I tell the story? Seriously, Deb? You gonna bicker with me here on the show?
She likes doing that, you know.
Bite me, baby, bite me.
Oh, jeez. Anyway.
You love me too.
We decided let's go to Friday nights, and let's do a 2-hour Friday night special. That's
If I remember right, it was my idea. I said, let's see what happens if we do a Friday night. Let's see what the audience is like.
Right. We did a Friday night 2-hour special. It was still earlier. It was like 9 to 11. And then we had all sorts of hell, so we didn't actually get on the air until 9:30 that night, because we were having all sorts of trouble with Google and everything. We did a half hour, and then we realized nothing was working right. Half the audio wasn't coming through. Only my mic was working. Deb's wasn't working. So we literally stopped, dropped, reset, and restarted. and we did a 2-hour show, and that is when our listens picked up, when we moved to Friday nights. So we stayed on Friday nights, and we eventually we stayed 2 hours until we eventually recently in the last 3 or 4 episodes went to 3 hours like we're doing right now, and we stayed right here on Friday nights. And we're going to be celebrating our 1 year since relaunch next week. So actually, this next show is going to be kind of our 1 year anniversary show. Also, we're leaving YouTube show.
We're celebrating a swan song all in the same episode.
Yeah, we're going to be covering a lot all in one episode. Our 1 year anniversary show, as well as So Long to YouTube, and we're also going to be saluting back.
So long. See you later. Adios.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a very interesting show next week. I'm sorry, you go ahead, Josh.
Well, it's kind of ironic how all that works together, because you guys are having your 1 year anniversary, and we're having our fourth year anniversary next month for Dark One Films. So it's kind of a two-way street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? But yeah, like I said, it's kind of funny though, because the show we did our first, between the first incarnation, which I include the shows in our count, but really the show really started what it is now started on March 11th, 2014. But I do include the first 3 in our official show count. When I say episode 44, it is our 44th overall episode, but it'd be our 41st episode, because those 3 shows count. I mean, we did 3 shows at the beginning, took 15 months off, came back. It still was some kind of radio show, it just wasn't the same show. If you go back and listen, and it's not the same show at all. I mean, really, it's a totally different show. But yeah, we're gonna be celebrating our 1 year. We're gonna be saying goodbye to YouTube.
So we're not gonna have the 2 shows a month now, or on here?
No, we're not at this time. No, we're gonna focus on the Friday show. We are having an idea now. I'll kind of talk about this, publicly for a second. We are kind of toying with the idea of coming back on. Hold on one second. Yeah, we'll talk about it afterwards, Deb. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Thanks, Debbie.
Saturday show.
Dick. That's her new nickname, Ass Dick.
Butthead.
Now we're not. Hey, now, Earl.
Boner face.
That's a good way of landing on the couch permanently.
I'm trying. That's the whole point. She's smacking me. But anyway, Saturday show. We are toying with We are toying with the idea of, and we do have permission to do this. Is doing a Saturday, what we're going to call like an Unleashed type of show.
Some kind of radio show, Unleashed.
Yeah.
Where it breaks loose.
And it won't be here's the thing. It won't be a movie salute show. It'll be, if we do this, it's going to be kind of just whatever we talk about. And it's going to be kind of free for all.
Free for all, released bent up hell.
Yeah, because if we do this, it's not set in stone. Because right now we got to focus on our Friday show when we move to Karma, which is this show. And what it is, what we're talking about doing, we'll go to Karma. We're going to be a little bit more toned down, which I understand that, and we're fine with that. But if they allow us to, and here's what we want to do with the Unleashed show. It's going to be a video. We're going to do video during the show. So me and Deb will put our webcam up, and we'll talk to the webcam, and this will be a video show. So it won't be the same. It'll be kind of a video podcast type of thing. And, of course, we can talk about whatever and say whatever. We can, we don't have to worry about censoring ourselves as much. So it's something we're thinking about doing. It's not set in stone. And we've got a few format things to work out. But we'll talk more about about that when we get closer to thinking about doing that. So that'll be it's going to be a totally different type of deal than what we're doing now. It's going to be it'll basically distinguish the two shows apart from one another. It won't be, I don't want to. The Karma show versus the Unleashed show will be two different shows. I mean, same group of us, different shows. So just kind of giving everybody an idea of what we're thinking about doing. It's not set in stone by any means, like I said. So it's just something we're backburning right now, but it's something we're talking about doing. So if we decide to do it, of course we'll put out a press release and release all the info and everything we need to do. What are you doing?
And the thing too is, this is probably the busiest year you guys are going to have. We have the radio station, and we have two major films that we're doing back to back. It's like,
oh God, yeah, we're going to be extremely.
4 months and 4 days till vacation. Whee!
Well, let me give a quick update on some good news that I got today.
All right.
Hey, you burst my vacation bubble.
I'm sorry.
You got about a minute and a half, then I got to do Hill Jack Bob.
I've submitted our Beyond the Beyond one of my trailers that has the one where he turned into zombies into a film competition. And if we win, it's a $10,000 prize. Crossing our fingers.
Pray to God.
And so,
$bucks.
I really wanted to succeed.
No whammies.
By the way, all of you, I will have a script to send to all of you this week. So if you guys will send me your email so I can go ahead and send you the script, you guys can go ahead and look at it.
You already have mine.
Resend it to me again, Debbie, just on the safe side, because my email has been acting up anyways. So send it to me again.
Hit it with a hammer.
Yeah, and put it aside, and sorry to cut you off. I mean, people laugh out there about these technical difficulties. That show, we lost a half hour, that's where it all started, believe me.
Yep. Oh, yeah. But anyway, hey, I gotta do this Hill Jack Bob thing real quick. Hill Jack Bob's coming on right now. He's going to do his top 10. And this one's going to be interesting. This is best 10 ways to tick off a cop. So sit back and relax. Here's Hill Jack Bob.
Well, hello out there, everybody. This is Hill Jack Bob, and I'm back again for another all-new Hill Jack Bob's Top 10. And I'm sitting here today with my boy, Hill Jack Bob Jr. You doing okay there, boy? All right. Well, today, this is a very interesting Top 10 we're doing. I reckon this one, I know a little bit about this one. And this is the Top 10 ways to tick off a cop. And I'm pretty much an expert of ticking off a cop. If I could do a top 100, I would do a top 100 because I got 100 reasons here. But I'm going to give you the top 10. So here we go, boy. You ready? All right. What number is first? Number 10. All right, number 10. When you get pulled over, say what's wrong, officer. There's no blood in my alcohol. No blood in my alcohol, really? Come on. Come on, officer. Come on. Gotta find the blood in my alcohol. Okay. Number 9. When he talks to you, pretend you're deaf. Well, I've done that before, and, well, it's got me out of a couple of little jams here and there, but I keep running the same cop, and he don't fall for it anymore because he knows better. We drink out in the pub together all the time. So, okay, we're on the number 8.
Yeah, number 8.
Now, this one here is really will tick off a cop because they got the little name tags, and refer to him by his first name. So when the cop pulls you over, his name is Joe Friday, for example. Don't call him Officer Friday, call him Joe. And you don't like that too well. I can tell you, those cops, they don't like to call by their first name. Isn't that right, boy? Yeah. All right. We're on to number 7 in our countdown here, the top 10 ways to tick off a cop. if he asks you to step out of the car, automatically throw yourself on the hood. Well, that's just a little sign of guilt, but anyway, most cases here, when I get pulled over, I usually have to throw myself on the hood, so I just save the officer a step or two in the whole process. I just throw myself on the hood, you know, spread my arms and legs, say, okay, here we go, do what we gotta do. All right. All right, number 6. When he puts the handcuffs on, say, usually my dates buy me dinner first. That's what you should say. Oh boy, I did that one time, and the officer, well, let's just put it this way. I think it was his nightstick, and I hope it was, because it poked me somewhere in the rear, but I don't know. Very, let's just say, interesting experience there. I don't want to talk about that. That's for another time, for another show. Okay. We're on to number 5. When he goes to read you your rights, you go ahead and sing, la la la, I can't hear you, la la la, I can't hear you, la la la, I can't hear you, la la la. Oh, I'll tell you what, that is one hell of a way to tick off a cop. They will get so mad at you. They could whiff, you know, they'll hit you with their butt of their gun, you know, and pistol whip you. Yeah, pistol whip you. Yeah, that's what they do. You don't want to do that, because that's just a bad situation for everyone. Okay. Number 4 in our countdown, top 10 ways to tick off a cop. Good one, boy. When he's telling you what you did wrong, start repeating him quietly. Well, I tell you, that's a great way to tick him off, because when you start mocking the cop, well, they don't like you. I'll tell you that right now. They don't like that. So don't do that, okay? That's just one thing you should never do. Take it from me, Hilljack Bo. I got experience in this type of stuff. Don't do it. You got that, boy? You don't do that, right? What you doing, boy? Number 3. Oh, number 3. Well, this one here really gets him going. When he frisks you, you say, you missed a spot. And then you just have this stupid grin on your face, you know. So you miss a spot and you grin. Tell him that. That'll really get him going. Okay, on to number 2. Number 2 in our countdown, the top 10 ways to take off a cop. Well, what you do, they pull you over, okay? And then say you got to get out of the car. Best thing you can do then is try to sell up your car. I used to, my brother-in-law, he's a used car salesman, and I learned a lot of tips and tricks from him. In fact, me and him got pulled over about 6 or 7 weeks ago, and, well, it's the funniest damn thing. We're in my Chevy Nova driving down the road, and we get pulled over. Of course, I was speeding. You know, I wouldn't do anything bad. I wasn't drunk, and I had my brother-in-law with me, and lo and behold, he tries to sell him the car, and damn near sold him the damn car. And I was like, what the hell are we going to drive if you sell me a car? I need a car. He goes, oh, I got a great deal for you, Bob. Just come on down to the dealership tomorrow. I'm like, oh, no, we're not going to do that. And number 1 in our top 10 ways to tick off a cop. Ask if he has a daughter. If he says yes, say, I thought the name sounded familiar. Oh, that really pissed him off. Well, this is Hilljack Bo. And this was our top 10 for the week. Top 10 ways to tick off a cop. And we'll see you next week. Hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Good night, everybody. Bye.
You are currently listening to the all-new Some Kind of Radio Show with our host, Earl McCune, and the Crazy Crew. You can follow us anytime, anywhere, from Twitter at SKO Radio Show, Facebook.com/SKO Radio Show, and Google Hangouts at SKO Radio Show, and of course, right here on YouTube. Now, back to our host, Earl McCune, and the Crazy Crew.
Thank you, Alex. All right, we're back here. Sorry, my voice is kind of going in and out a little bit. You what hurts? You lost all sound. Why'd you lose all sound, Deb? I think you froze up, didn't you? No, Deb lost. I hear you, John. All right, we're back, and we got just a couple of minutes here. Deb lost her sound because she was messing around with too much stuff.
We told her to be careful of that stuff, you know.
Debbie's playing games.
Yeah, no, she's I got crap I'm trying to do for the radio station tomorrow that I got to get done. And, oh man, I'll tell you.
Well, I lost y'all a little while ago. My computer overheated again.
I'd hit that thing with a hammer, Josh.
You need a
beat the living crap out.
Do what now?
Yeah.
Need a bigger fan.
Well, the fan that I had ended up went out, so it's like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll tell you, in all seriousness, I bought this one at Office Depot. Best thing I ever did.
What I need is a beer. Actually, I got a beer in the other room.
I'm not drinking tonight. I'm sticking to the Canada Dry Ginger Ale tonight. I get a little bit of. I'm at the tail end of. I ended up getting bronchitis this week.
Oh yeah.
And I've been sick all week, but I've been. Oh, God. Well, you know, it's funny. I go to the doctor. Oh, let's see. I go to the doctor Wednesday. I go Wednesday. Yeah, I went to the doctor Wednesday, and I got put on prednisone. You know, because I have asthma. I've had asthma since I was a kid. And they finally gave me. I've been asking for one for 15 years. A steroid inhaler, yeah, so I can, you know, keep my strength boosted on my lungs. You know, I've had asthma since I've been 9 years old. And the last three years now, I've been in a hospital 4 times for my asthma, twice admitted. And I said, you know what? I started feeling, you know, the chest congestion. Was I admitted 3 times? Okay. Started feeling the congestion and everything, and you know, like God, you know, just so much you feel it, and it feels like, you know, your chest hurts, you know.
Well, if it's in I've got asthma too. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I was like, you know, my chest hurts, so I call and I was like, yeah, I get an appointment to the doctor. First time I could, you know, this is the first time I call the doctor's office and not here. We'll get you in 2 weeks. The doctor goes, yeah, we'll get you. The office goes, yeah, we'll get you in tomorrow. Great. So I go in and the doctor listens and he goes, yeah, you definitely got bronchitis again. Let's give you some other medicine to see if we can head this. I'm feeling much better now, by the way, but let's see if we can head this thing off. I'm like, yeah, that'd be great, you know. So he goes, yeah, let's put you on a steroid inhaler. Thank you. I've only been asking to be put on one for 15
Hey, I didn't have to restart the computer.
Good job.
Yay!
Good job, Deb.
Amazing.
But yeah, so I've been a little under the weather this week, but yeah, it's normal.
You've been eating too many hot dogs.
Okay, back to what I was trying to say. Yeah. Oh, I can't. We gotta go to break again.
You got one.
You can always keep doing this. I scare you.
Go ahead, Deb. You got a minute.
That's why.
Deb's gonna have a temper tantrum on the air because she can't tell her story because we're going to break. Deb's having a temper tantrum.
No, I'm not. I'm just waiting until we come back.
You're gonna, okay, as soon as we come back from break, tell your story. And then we're going to finish our final thoughts and talk about some stuff, and then we'll mosey on out of here at midnight. So, yeah. Mosey on down, right? Yeah. All right. I wish you mosey on down somewhere, but, you know, we did. All right, we're going to come back with our final cut of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Talk a little bit more about some crazy road trip stuff and about next week's show. So everyone stay tuned. You're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show here live on YouTube. We'll be right back. Stay tuned, everybody.
For 15 cents, A nickel and a dime at Burger Chef. You eat better every time, 'cause a nickel and a dime will get.
French fried potatoes,
Crisp and fresh
are the greatest 15-cent hamburger yet. Yes, it will at Burger Chef. A nickel and a dime will get. French fried potatoes,
crisp and fresh
are the greatest 15-cent hamburger yet. Eat at Burger Chef for a nickel and a dime.
I'm from Milwaukee and I ought to know. It's fast food flats.
To the timbers, I almost sang Chicago Flats. Ahoy! Careful, mates. It's the draft brewed beer. Some brewers make one beer for the tap and a different beer for bottles and cans. But not Blatz. Blatz brews just one beer, and it's all draft brewed. Some goes into Blatz bottles, some into Blatz cans, and some into Blatz kegs for draft. That's why Blatz gives you real draft beer pleasure from bottle, can, or keg.
I'm from Milwaukee and I ought to know. It's draft brewed flat beer wherever you go.
Smoother, fresher.
Less filling, that's clear.
I'm going along with a good thing. Blatz is Milwaukee's finest beer. Blatz, Milwaukee's favorite beer, now at local prices.
Hello, everybody. My name is Earl McCune, and I'm the host of the all-new Some Kind of Radio show that airs live on YouTube Friday nights from 10 p.m. till midnight. You can find us by searching SKO Radio Show. I'm here to tell you about a great science fiction news and information site I found. It's called warpedspacesci-fi.com. You ask what it is, what I just say. It's a news and information website. They have it all. You can get all your Star Wars news, Star Trek news, everything else in between. They got it all. Check it out today. warpedspacesci-fi.com. Don't just take my word for it. Take the word of the many hundreds who have checked it out now. They love it just as I do. I get all my news there. Again, warpedspacesci-fi.com. What is it? warpedspacesci-fi.com.
Local businesses, up your sales. Be the first to advertise on KRMA Radio at a low introductory price. Email office@krmaradio.com or send by snail mail to KRMA, Post Office Box 108, Kent, Ohio 44240. Our sales staff will call you.
You are currently listening to the all-new Some Kind of Radio show with our host, Earl McCune, and the Crazy Crew. You can follow us anytime, anywhere, from Twitter at SKO Radio Show, Facebook.com/SKO Radio Show, and Google Hangouts at SKO Radio Show, and of course, right here on YouTube. Now, back to our host, Earl McCune, and the Crazy Crew.
It's been a hell of a trip. Sure has. But after all is said and done, you did get me home, and I really appreciate it.
Hey, next time, let's go first class, all right?
Oh, God, I hope there isn't a next time.
I know what you mean. I really do. This you?
Yeah.
Great meeting you, Neil. It really has. Again, I'm sorry if I caused you any trouble.
Oh, no, you didn't cause me any trouble. You got me home. And a little late, a couple days. But I'm a little wiser, too, so.
Me too.
Happy holidays.
Happy Thanksgiving, Neil.
Okay.
Just give my love to the family, will you?
Same to you.
Maybe I'll get a chance to meet him one day.
Okay. Say hello to Marie for me. I feel like I know her.
Yeah.
So. And you have a happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, you know it.
So long.
I like me. My wife likes me.
At the very least, the absolute minimum. You got a woman you love to grow old with. Right? I've been spending too much time away from home. I've been home for years. I've been home for years. I've been home for years. Del, what are you doing here? You said you were going home. What are you doing here?
I don't have a home. Marie's been dead for 8 years. You are one lucky guy, Neil. Look, I won't stay long or anything. Maybe I'll just come in and say hi, and then I'll be on my way, all right?
Just come on.
Hiya, kiddo.
Del Griffith, I want you to meet my father-in-law, Malone. My mother-in-law, Peg. Hi. My mother, Joy. Well, my dad, Mark. Glad to see you. Welcome, Bill. Hey, guys, Neil Jr. My little Jim, Marty. And somewhere around here is my little baby boy, Steph.
Oh.
And I'd like you to be a friend of mine.
No, Mr. Griffith.
Hello, Mrs. Page.
Okay, everybody. We We are back here for the last half an hour. Well, about 20 minutes left in this program tonight. I want to thank everybody who has tuned in tonight and who's been listening to us here do our salute to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I'll tell you what, I mean, that's just one of the movies, such a classic comedy. I mean, it's got the highs, it's got the lows, it's got a little bit of everything. And, it takes you on that emotional roller coaster, especially towards the end, when that last scene, it really hits you right here. You know what I mean? It just, just the range of acting, great. I mean, it's John Candy. I mean, he had such a wide range. I mean, he did the comedy very well, but he could do some serious stuff too, and he really showed it in this movie. I think it's some of his best work.
Yeah, and Steve Martin showed it as well over the years.
Oh yeah, Steve Martin is, he's done some great stuff too. I mean, Steve Martin primarily known as a comedy actor, but he's done some more dramatic stuff over the years. And
I mean, Father of the Bride being a perfect example.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But great movie. I mean, if you haven't seen it, you can see it right now on Netflix. It's one place you can find it, and just so many great moments. I mean, like I said early in the show, the Murphy's Law took full effect in that movie, hands down. I mean, everything that could happen did happen, and things you think ever could happen, they happened too.
It had a lot of themes in it that reminded you of Uncle Buck in a way too. You know what I mean?
Well, that was done before Uncle Buck, and Uncle Buck got a lot of the comedy, a lot of the stuff. Like I said, John Candy. I mean, God rest his soul. He did such a wide range. He could do so much. He could do so much. Did a lot of stuff with John Hughes over the years, and I mean, it was a great movie. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I mean, if I were to give it a rating, I give it a 4 out of 5 stars for sure. And I love it. One of my favorites of all time. Dad? What's wrong? Ooh. Oh, you want to add in your thoughts on Planes, Trains, and I'll get the Crazy Crew, then finish up my thoughts?
You're finishing up what?
Deb. I'll skip Deb. John, give me your thoughts on the movie.
Oh, absolutely great movie. I remember when it came out, and you're thinking, well, okay, Steve Martin, John Candy, it's got to be good, but it's going to be like a classy kind of good. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
Guys actually try to be actors. They don't try to just be stupid, do slapstick stuff like some of these other people out there. Right.
Like I said, it's such a wide range. I mean, so much comedy, but there was that. They were able to show other emotion, and the anger, the sadness, the good times and the bad. I mean, they played it well. I mean, they both played it very well, and the acting was very good.
Yeah.
And the story moved along very well. And one thing I heard, they did like twice the amount of footage for this movie than it actually got. It was like 3 hours worth of stuff. It got edited down to an hour and a half. So I mean, there's so much more that they did that hit the editing room floor. And
makes you wonder why they don't release a uncut version.
Yeah, no kidding. Because like I said, they did. Steve Martin said in an interview, they did twice the amount of stuff that just didn't make it. And like you said, I was just going to say the same thing, Josh. That too bad they don't have a director's cut or,
well, people have to ask for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
maybe we should campaign for a director's cut. I'll tell you what, that'd be awesome. Because 3 hours of Planes, Train, I can imagine what else they got into.
I have a fun fact. This was actually John Candy's favorite film that he ever did.
You know what? If they do that, Earl, we're going to have to come back for another episode.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Well, that's right.
This actually was John Candy's favorite film he ever did.
I thought Uncle Buck was.
She's looking at stuff on John Candy's bio right now, and he enjoyed doing Planes, Trains, and Automobiles more than any other movie that he did. It's right on his IMDb site. It's part of one of his quotes. But anyway, Josh, give me your quick thoughts on it, and then I gotta move on to the next little thing.
I just think that in general, it had a little of everything. You know what I mean? There was even there was comedy. There was it had a good mixture. It wasn't anything too overwhelming. It had just the perfect. It was just a perfect movie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I had nothing negative to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish it didn't end. It was a good movie.
Yeah, a great movie. And there's one little bit of trivia. Tell me if you guys caught this at all. The house that Neil had, Neil's house at the very end, is the exact same house used for Home Alone.
Yep, it is.
Yep.
I saw that trivia.
Yeah, so that's just a little bit of interesting tidbit trivia. And, of course, both movies had John Candy in them. So
John Candy wasn't in Home Alone.
Yes, he was.
Was
Yes,
he?
he was.
Oh, that's right, he was in the first movie.
Yes, he was.
Sorry, I owe you an apology. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he was with the Kenosha Kickers, the polka band that rented the truck.
Yep.
Man.
One thing I just found out I didn't know, Kevin Bacon was in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Never knew that.
Where?
He was a taxi racer.
Yeah, right at the beginning of the movie.
Yep.
Shoot, I'm going to have to go back and look at that again. I never noticed.
Beginning of the movie. He didn't have a speaking role, but he was racing against Steve Martin trying to get the cab at the beginning.
Well, I don't know if y'all knew this, but at one time he had auditioned to play the Penguin in Batman Returns.
Mm-hmm.
At one time, John Candy did.
Really?
Can you imagine what Batman would have been like if we would have had John Candy as the Penguin?
Good Lord. Good
Oh,
Lord.
here's another fun fact. The taxi scene was actually filmed on a stretch of road in Madison, Ohio.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
You guys need to go find it where they filmed that scene.
Yeah.
Madison. I can't remember where Madison is. Well, we got to move on. Hey, next week, of course, like I said, we're going to be hitting our 1-year anniversary show / final YouTube show. As we look to the future of this show, moving to Karma Internet Radio, we're going to go back to the future next week. That's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, where did you find that music?
Just Back to the Future.
Yeah, it's Back to the Future movie. Done.
Recognize it now?
I don't remember much of it, actually.
Oh, this is a classic theme. Back to the Future. Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson, Tom Wilson.
Is that on Netflix?
No, it's not.
It's not, unfortunately.
I'll just have to go by memory.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I've seen it about 10 billion times, so I mean, it's one of those movies I could probably quote every line.
Speaking of Back to the Future, I want to bring up one thing about Planes, Trains, and Automobiles because we're talking about Back to the Future.
Oh, that's a close tie.
Well, one thing I just remembered from the motel scene is that the 1988 movie, She's Having a Baby, was playing on the TV motel screen even though the film hadn't been released yet. Both the movie and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, 1987, featuring Kevin Bacon and John Candy in them.
That's interesting.
Well, I want to give you guys one trivia about Back to the Future.
Okay.
Now, the story mode was actually the story of after the third film. It was actually continued in a video game. Years late, a few years ago, and I actually played it.
I've played it and I've beaten it.
That was really a trip. I mean,
That was a great. That would have made like a great Back to the Future Part 4 if they would have ever gone any further. But
well, originally they were going to do it, but then he got really bad at one point. Michael J. Fox did.
Oh yeah. He's actually a lot better now than he was. You know, he's got the right medications and stuff now. So, but yeah, it was done very well.
Back anyways.
Yeah, I mean they did that game very well, and the graphics were awesome. I think the story dragged on a little bit, but Great movie. I think the game was great. I played it. It's funny. I played it over a period. I remember I was sick a few years ago. I had the flu, and I bought it and I played it during my getting over the flu over about 3 days, and it passed the time. That's for sure. But
it's like you talking about bronchitis, getting the flu. I'm telling you what, man.
Yeah.
It's been one heck of a year for our family.
And all that kind of stuff too. But yeah, so next week, it kind of all ties in. We're looking towards the future of this show, and we're looking
at the past of the show.
Looking at the past and the present and the future of the show. We're gonna kind of tie it all in together next week. We're gonna talk in depth about the movie, and we're gonna talk in depth about our show and what we've done and what we're gonna plan on doing with it, and what we're gonna do, and it all kind of fits. And of course, on the 1 year, not exactly on the day, but it's the week of the 1 year relaunch of this show, and it's kind of fitting. I think it kind of fits really nice because it's gonna be kind of an easy show to do, but it's gonna also kind of be tough, because hey, we're not going away, we're just moving to a new home, and it's still kind of like
it's gonna be weird not doing the show from our house every week.
Yeah. It's gonna be much better.
No more yip and yap.
Yeah, it's gonna be
some other. I don't know if I can throw this in or not, but this the final episode will be the premiere of the new character that I've created. It's ironic how we leave one area and we start another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna be. It's gonna be.
Yeah, we leave one era to start another. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. That's very fitting because this is kind of an end of an era for us here on YouTube because like I said, we started. Like I said, we started on YouTube at episode 17. We did 16 episodes on Blog Talk Radio, which we only did half-hour shows, and they were very short, little. I mean, there were not much to those shows.
And it's kind of funny looking back. Some of the half-hour shows you struggled to find stuff to talk about.
Oh, I did.
And now look at us. When we were doing 2-hour shows, we're like, man, an hour in, by the time the 2-hour mark was up, we're like, man, we're finding our groove. Mm-hmm. And now it's like we're 7 minutes away from midnight. And it's like these shows just fly by, so it's like, man, half-hour shows, you couldn't even figure out what to talk about.
Yeah.
And you know what? We beat anything the View can throw out.
Forget the View, man.
We're a lot more crazy, that's for sure.
Crazier for sure, absolutely. But like I said, like Deb made a great point. If you go back and they're on
today, Junior.
Well, if you'd stop, stop it. But
stop it, Deb.
Deb, seriously, I'm trying to finish my thought here. So she sticks her tongue out at me.
Stop. Well, she'll stick it somewhere else. We're okay.
I'm trying, but she don't do that anymore.
Get a room, you two.
Singing your what?
Wow. Anyway, hey, seriously, early on, I mean, the shows really, I would find, stop it! Oh my God, I really.
Will you quit muting him, please?
Everybody, I'm going to mute everybody so I can talk. No, I'm kidding. Seriously, I had so much trouble finding things to talk about. I remember one show, the worst show that I ever did was the beer show, and I was literally stumbling for my words. I didn't know what to talk about. I had this whole show planned. I had 3 or 4 people lined up to be on it with me and talk about beer. And we dedicated, it was going to be that's the thing, it was only a half-hour show. And I struggled for a half an hour, and I just could not find the words to talk. And I would just blah, 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 blah. I was awful.
Wasn't that the one that I ended up real sick? I was actually put on bed rest. And you ended up having the show by yourself because Mike ended up not coming on. Right. Kevin ended up not coming on.
Right.
And that was the day I ended up getting put on bed rest.
You're right, because I'm like, someone help me, and I'm going on. I'm literally rambling for a half hour by myself. Had no one to bounce off of, and no calls coming in, nothing. And I had, we had no sense of real format. We were just at that point we were still trying to figure out what the show was going to be, because what we did early on was we talked about what it was. We talked about different subjects every week. Like we did one show was strictly a trivia show. Then we did a show about the news. Then we did a show about cookouts. Just I didn't know how. We didn't have a structure yet. We didn't have a what we are now by any means. We're not from what we were then to now is it's apples and oranges. It really is. The show that really set off where we started going in the direction we're going now was episode what we called the Pink Eye edition, where we kind of mocked the Red Eye show from Fox News, and we did our own version of it. And we had 4 people on, and we just kind of did. It was all news stories. We did a whole show of news stories, and we talked about them as a roundtable discussion. And then, I was like, okay, we're on the right path. Okay, now let's build off of that, and we built off of that. And then the show that really set us up going was our first movie salute show. The first movie we saluted was Night Patrol, and you could actually you can't find it on Netflix, but it's on YouTube. Crazy, quirky police comedy, and that kind of set up the whole format. And then, of course, we've progressed more and more. We added Hill Jack Bob into it, and we added the random questions, or we do the game show, and of course, then we did that. Remember, we did that the dating. Remember, we did the special dating game there, John, when you were up that one time. John, the fellow named John.
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry, I was muted there for a second. I apologize.
That's right. Yeah, remember we did special dating game.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, we need to do another round of that. Oh, we got to find those guys again, Yeah. I was like, no, we don't. Oh my God, that was such a crazy. And we recorded that. That's one of the few things we, usually the games we do live, and then we did the we pre-recorded that one because you were actually heading back home, the night or so before the show was going to air, so we wanted to record it while you were here. Yeah, yeah. That was a fun time. Let me tell you.
That was a good time. We had a ball doing that. We were trying to figure out how we were going to do it, but yeah, we got a lot to look forward to when we move over to Karma. We got one more YouTube show next week, and like I said, we're going to salute Back to the Future, and then we're gonna look back. We're gonna I'm going to try to find some old clips from the old shows, kind of play them too, intermix them with the Back to the Future stuff, and we're going to have a lot of fun with that one next week as we do a salute to the 1-year anniversary, salute to Back to the Future, and looking forward to going to Karma. So kind of a big intermixed, super spectacular type of show we got going next week. So
it's a big bang. We're going out with a bang, and
going out with a bang on YouTube, and then we're gonna, when we go over to Karma, we're gonna kick that one off with one hell of a bang too. So got a lot to look forward to, a lot of exciting things happening. So everyone stay tuned. And
isn't that one planning hopefully coming to America?
We'll sit down and figure that out. But well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Of course, I want to thank my co-host Debbie. I want to thank my crazy crew, John Sinsel and
Joshua Dark One Randall.
Yeah!
Yeah! And you guys are having way too much fun for me. But
oh, yeah! Okay.
Oh, and I do want to remind everybody, don't forget that now it is March 7th. Do not forget that tonight at
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, set your clocks back for Spring Forward, and welcome to spring,
set
everybody.
Your clocks ahead.
Yeah, set your clocks ahead.
Set them back.
I said set them forward for spring forward.
It is 2 o'clock Sunday morning, Deb.
Well, yeah,
Sunday
but
morning,
or
not tonight.
don't forget
Tomorrow.
to but you set them ahead before you go to bed on Saturday night, dummies.
Yeah, she's got retardism. But anyway, hey, we gotta go. We gotta go. All right, everybody. We will be back next week for our final YouTube show. Oh, you want to tell your? Yeah, okay. Next week we'll tell 2 jokes because we gotta go with the big. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week for our last YouTube show. As
Catch you on the flip side.
Do our big salute to our show and Back to the Future. Good night, everybody. See you next week.
Later.
Thank you for listening to the all-new Some Kind of Radio Show with our host, Earl McCune, and the Crazy Crew. Broadcasting here on YouTube via Google Hangouts on air. Tune in same time, same place next week for another fun-filled and exciting episode. You never know just what we might say or do next. Have a wonderful evening, and as always, catch you on the other side.
That's a huge bitch.